So they inevitably will judge other people's sins more harshly than they judge their own. Harnish's demand for empathy while showing none for the Kleins implies that she genuinely believes that she is entitled to a greater level of care and consideration simply because she is a good person and they are bad people. This level of dehumanization is really frustrating because there is nothing that you can do to stop it. Being nice to them doesn't make an impression because they think that they're entitled to it no matter what, and being mean back just confirms what they already thought about you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have been waiting to watch this because my audience is telling me this video is amazing. I am not familiar with the Dollhouse. It is actually a new YouTuber. I don't know, maybe new or small is the correct word. Okay, this is a new YouTuber.
I just saw Keffel's tweet.
This is like a fucking new YouTuber. When I said new, I thought, oh, I've made a mistake. December 16th. December 16th start date. Not even a profile picture yet. What the fuck? The Dollhouse. Alrighty, wow, I was not expecting this to get many views. Is this like a fan that just started like just going nuclear? Keep in mind, we're gonna be watching this video breaking down Quam and some of the other videos, I guess, that are related to the pictures here. We have never actually watched Quam's video on the channel, so there's stuff here I might not have actually seen with you yet. But this is the Dollhouse. We're taking a look at this video because everyone is telling me it's worth watching, so I'm going to be jumping in right now. Can I say, this setup needs a lava lamp. A lava lamp in the background region, maybe like right over here, would be pretty cool. But we got the bisexual lighting already.
All right, who's ready to hear about one of my favorite commentary YouTube stories? On October 22nd, 2021...
Oh god. Oh god. Dude. Why do there's something funny about her, and I don't remember what it was. There's something funny about her, and I cannot remember.
Sabrina Rios, who publicly goes by Abelina Sabrina.
I remember the fucking Gus Johnson situation where she's like, I'm having a really tough time right now with my pregnancy. And Gus is like, stop. I need to open the Pokemon cards. I need to fucking open these Pokemon cards on camera. Which is his job, but that's still such a funny fucking
Sabrina accused her ex, Gus Johnson, of emotionally abusing her while she had been recovering from an ectopic pregnancy that had nearly killed her. Basically,
I've called this an isotopic pregnancy so many fucking times.
She discovered she was pregnant with his child and had moved to terminate the pregnancy, but her complaints of pain were met with skepticism by both Johnson and her doctors. Eventually, her left fallopian tube burst, leading her to need emergency surgery. When she called Johnson from the hospital, he declined to come visit her because he was out drinking with friends. While she was recovering from this near-death experience, Johnson did not show a lot of sympathy and would often accuse her of exaggerating her symptoms, even telling her at one point that anyone else would have left her. Johnson went silent on social media.
Dude, Johnson turned around and said, you have the exaggerated swagger of an isotopic pregnancy. Oh, wait, why did I mute? No.
And anyone else.
This is a vintage YouTube drama.
Would have left her. Johnson went silent on social media and then on December 3rd came out with...
Is Shunai still alive? He just retired last week.
With a video entitled The Kid in Gym Class Who Always Asked for an Ice Pack, making fun of a hypothetical child who over-exaggerates an injury for sympathy. Given what Rios had said, it wasn't difficult to think that he might have been taking a shot at her.
Okay, I think it feels a little bit better. I should be able to rejoin. Ow! Crap! Now I gotta milk this one for the next month.
For what?
I mean, I think that's a reasonable assessment, that was potentially a jab at her. Yeah.
It's worth. Johnson insists that this is not the case. In my opinion, he is either lying or...
I got a full screen. This is actually very funny. This delivery is very good.
What it's...
A bit better. I should be able to rejoin. Ow! Crap! Now I gotta milk this one for the next month.
For what it's worth, Johnson insists that this is not the case. In my opinion, he is either lying or stupid. Commentary YouTuber Duncan Kastner evidently...
To be clear... Oh, no, dude. Oh, no. I don't know, guys. We're not watching fucking Kunkin Danster, dude. There's no way. There's no way we're watching fucking Kunkin Danster. Alright. Okay. He
agreed with me. As seen in his video, the Gus Johnson comeback campaign. Kastner also covered another...
Didn't he annihilate Bo Blacks in this video?
...it made by Johnson's younger brother, Sven. Basically, the skit is about a guy going through a serious medical emergency, only for the punchline to be that it's just a case of the Mondays. Dumb but harmless, right? No, according to Kastner. Kastner accused Johnson of making the video to mock Rios, citing Johnson's use of internal bleeding as one of his symptoms, which was also a symptom Rios had experienced.
But he specifically says bleeding internally, which is one of the main symptoms that could have killed Sabrina during her medical emergency. So hearing Sven say that, I don't know, it's not good. But again, there is plausible deniability. Again, it could be just an unfortunate coincidence. but the video goes on.
Again, when situations like this come up, you could never really discount dumb, because a lot of these YouTubers are actually fucking insanely stupid. Whenever it comes to something that looks like it's a narrative, like an evil narrative, usually if it's not Logan Paul, I'm pretty skeptical immediately, because I've seen like a lot of YouTuber movies. Like the YouTuber efforts to like act, and they're all really bad at it. Like they're not convincing at all whatsoever. Like if you ever watch KSI's movie, yeah, I don't think that guy can never be a mastermind of any plot. He is just he is unable to act. Logan Paul is the only sociopath who does it effectively.
I really like you.
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, my friend just passed out. He's on the floor right now. What should I do?
Does your friend have any medical conditions?
I don't know. Well, he was talking about how he had some internal bleeding. I think he mentioned like an ulcer, vomiting blood maybe.
Oh, sounds like he's got a case of the Mondays.
I'm going to play this clip of the voice on the phone again, and I want you to see if it sounds familiar.
911, what's your emergency? Oh, sounds like he's got...
Logan is an actor. He's an actor as a front, okay? That's actually him, dude. That awkward... No, dude. He's a psychopath. Logan Paul's actual acting is when he's announcing a new product for his audience to buy, or a new service to make them a bunch of money. That's how you know he's like an amazing actor. Kubrick would literally... This guy would do a one take.
The case of the Mondays.
I have replayed that audio over and over for myself and with people who are familiar with Gus's content, and we can all agree that sounds exactly like Gus. This, paired up with the constant references to internal bleeding, make this video almost inseparable from the situation that's going on. This video strangely seems to be like the other, where it's trying to subtly comment on the situation somehow, but it's not being explicit, and it's really unclear about what exactly is the message of these.
Years later, I think that my take on this right now is that video, looking back at it, was probably a way for Gus Johnson to kind of deflect the oncoming criticism. It was just like, hey, I'm going to talk about this lightly, so if and when my audience fucking hoards me, and if they're on my side, they will make light of it too. It's kind of like, I don't know, there's a thing that somebody told me, I think it was Tommy C told me this, where you can't always just expose somebody and tell them that they're like, hey, this guy's a bad person. Sometimes the biggest exposed video you can do on a creator is to convince the audience they're not cool. And you're like, well, how is that possible, Nick? I mean, there are pedophiles on this platform. Why would that be a huge factor? And it's like, sometimes it really is. So if you're being jovial about a topic that you don't want to talk about, and you've kind of implanted this idea that you can make comments saying, like, I want comments in jest of it, and people are connecting those dots, it might soften the blow.
So why?
It's priming the audience. Well, I don't remember if it was before or after. I don't want to use the phrase priming, because I don't remember if he posted that before.
Either Gus...
But it's a more tactical strategy than coming out and denying something. It's just like the subtle, yeah, dude, good one, buddy.
Gus asked Sven to make this, and he just said yes. Or Sven made this video on his own without Gus, and it's eerily similar. Or Sven and Gus both worked together to make this video and add to their version of the story. I don't know. Either way does not make any sense to me.
And I guess the order of events doesn't really matter if that's the first time your audience is hearing about it. Like, there are people who probably did not see the fucking isotopic pregnancy video, but then we're like, hey Gus, what's going on? And they watch Gus Johnson's video and he's making jokes about this, and then they go and watch it and they're like, oh yeah, this is that thing that Gus was talking about.
Maybe the reason why it doesn't make sense is because you're fucking insane. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. Is it technically plausible that Sven Johnson's video was a deliberate dig? Sure. But I think it's far more likely that internal bleeding is just widely recognized to be a very serious medical symptom, and it adds to the comedic absurdity of the skit for such a severe symptom to be shrugged off as just a case of the Mondays. And even if I did think that it was weird, I wouldn't publicly accuse him of mocking a woman's near-death experience. It's okay to keep things in the group chat sometimes, Duncan. Kastner also said that
the issue is dude, I don't know. It's the timing of it. Like, that's like the issue is like a lot of these YouTubers are also extremely unself-aware, so they might not even realize it. I don't know.
We can't act like what
you can't make. So this is like a thing. There's a difference between side-eyeing something and going, oh yeah, that looks really bad, and making a video where you're like, this is it. This guy is doing this thing right now. I mean, there's a chance he's not doing this, but he's doing this thing right now.
Gus did to Sabrina can simply be fixed by him growing, either publicly or privately. This is something that requires forgiveness from the person involved, Sabrina, who does not seem to want to forgive Gus.
Seems like this guy really values her opinion. Sure hope that doesn't change. Kastner's insinuation resulted in Sven Johnson receiving a lot of harassment.
Ooh, this is new information. Okay.
Which Johnson addressed in a Twitter video.
I don't know about this part.
Rio stepped in and said this: "Go check out Sven's newest sketch and leave a nice comment. There have been some people who have been sending hateful comments his way as a way to try to defend me somehow, and they are not. I do not want that."
Wait, what? So the allegation is that Gus made a fucking video to shit on her. So, like, in a skit form. So she promoted a skit video where Sven went after Gus.
Please
This is peak YouTube delusion here. This is amazing.
continue to support him. While
This is like, imagine if Gus Johnson dropped a diss track and then she's like, well, there's only one way I could respond to this. I've got to rap.
Kastner was nice enough to link to Johnson's video in a community post and in an update video, he did not feel the need to mention what Rios had said. He also notably did not apologize to Johnson.
I do want to trust Sven's word that this was just an unfortunate coincidence, but either way, I think it's good that that video was taken down so you can't.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I'm missing something here. Sven Johnson posted a response to Twitter. Okay. Hold on. So wait, if Sven Johnson was taking shots at fucking her, Abula Sabrina, why would she push people to support it? Because she doesn't think that, and Kunkin danced her overcommitted. I'm retarded. This makes sense.
Enough to link to Johnson's video in a community post and in an update video.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm
He
following.
did not feel the need to mention what Rios had said. He also notably did not apologize
Bro, I love Kunkin Dancer. I never saw his follow-up video.
to Johnson.
I do want to trust Sven's word that this was just an unfortunate coincidence, but either way, I think it's good that that video was taken down so you can't accidentally interpret
This is, okay, I've got a position that I need to argue, and victim be damned, I will fucking argue it.
it a different way.
So the way
Dude, sometimes victims can be wrong.
that Rios talks about Gus
Base.
Johnson is enough for you
Base Kunkin Dancer, dude. I know better.
to write him off as completely irredeemable. But the way that Rios talks about Sven Johnson isn't enough for you to take him at his word.
That's
Do you
fine.
not think that Rios can tell when she's being made fun of? In the years since this happened, I've heard
No, she can't, dude. I need a YouTuber to explain it to her.
a lot of people tried to defend Kastner by saying, well, Sven has gone on to collaborate with Gus. And I need to make it abundantly clear that my point is not that Sven Johnson is a perfect angel who's never done anything wrong in his entire life. My point is that in December of 2021, Kastner did not have enough information to make such a loaded claim. And I find the fact that he didn't seem to think that Rios' opinion mattered at all really, really weird. While I was writing this script, I actually went back and rewatched Rios' original video about her ectopic pregnancy, and I was reminded of the fact that a very large part of her trauma had revolved around the idea of choice being taken away from her. She specifically says, "It feels like my body, my choice never got to apply here." And given that aspect, I can't help but feel like Kastner's performativity surrounding the matter was
Bro, this guy is literally all... Dude, I was watching... Oh my god. He made a video like, we need to address the racism of Jurassic Park. There's just no black people in it or something. That was like his take. He's like, guys, we really need to talk about the elephant in the room here. There are no black people in Jurassic Park, or if they are, they're in it very little.
so motivated
Dude, Kunkin Dancer has so much interesting lore of stuff we've covered on this channel.
by a genuine desire to support Rios.
Samuel L. Jackson, yeah, it's like he dies way too fast, dude. There's just not enough black people in Jurassic Park.
So much as it was motivated by a
Can I find that really quickly? Dude, fuck the gameplay for a minute. I need to find the take. I need to find Kunkin Dancer's take on Jurassic Park. This killed me when I watched it the first time. Let me see. Kunkin Dancer Jurassic Park. That's not gonna show up, is it? Oh my god. It thinks his name is spelled wrong. What is happening? No, I did not mean Dunkin' Donuts Jurassic Park. How the fuck do you spell this guy's name? Dude, it literally will not search his fucking name. It's just like, do you like Dunkin' Donuts, bro? What the fuck? I went from salad to donuts. I have to actually go to his channel. Jurassic Park. Is it this one? Jurassic World Dominion and woke casting. Is this the one? Because people were complaining. Because, like, black people in movie mean woke. And he's like, dude, here's the issue with Jurassic Park, okay? Yeah, this one.
DeWanda Wise, the actress in question, isn't some controversial figurehead that conservatives were already biased against. She's just a woman. She's acted in a few small roles, and this movie is going to be her biggest project so far. And she's already getting hate for, and I can't stress this enough, one picture. And here's the thing. This guy says that the franchise is now being woke, but that's not entirely his fault for seeing it that way. In fact, it's kind of the franchise's fault.
Guys, Jurassic Park is at fault here, 100%, because they're racist by omission.
For leading him to that conclusion. The Jurassic Park films have not exactly been the height of representation for black people. In the first movie, the only major black character is played by Samuel L. Jackson, who, after only a few scenes of speaking lines, is unceremoniously killed off screen. Granted, he does deliver the special line, "Hold on to your butts," during his time in the movie, which my family quotes all the time, even to this day. So the movie did right by him.
Dude, this guy has provided so much content for me over the years.
I'm
actually, like, usually if I've heard him say it, it's probably not correct. That's kind of where I'm at with him.
publicly condemn Gus Johnson and anyone who chose to associate with him. And that really doesn't sit well with me. So up until this point, I had been subscribed to Kastner, but that whole drama left such a terrible taste in my mouth that I decided to unsubscribe. A couple months later, though, I got a little bit curious and I decided to check his Twitter, where I found this hilarious tweet. Having a video leave your audience bubble is so fun because you get lovely comments like these. I want/need to fight you. This guy.
So I don't know why we were subscribed to Kunkin Danster, but I mean, I don't know when I necessarily found him. I think it might be through this situation, so I could give that like a pass. But Jesus Christ. I always wonder, like, when you start to see these hate comments, maybe this is because a video popped off. Maybe this is because we were covering him at the time. I mean, I don't think that my audience would say they need to fight somebody. That'd be bad. I disavow that behavior.
For you.
I don't think comedy is for you is so good, dude. Imagine writing, I don't think comedy is for you, and the YouTuber gets so fucking mad. They take a picture of it and post it on Twitter. Holy shit. Like, that is such a nothing comment, too.
Version of Amy Schumer. And you know what? I think I'll give that to him.
Yeah, they don't even have likes. Like, this is just like...
Nicholas DeOrio streamed about this last night,
Cringe.
and after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking blackpilled on this shit.
No.
Someone donate $300 again so we can
Do
have
not do
ear
that.
pain again. Please,
Thank
please,
you.
please, 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 please,
God,
please,
leave
please,
the-
please, 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 thanks.
Thank you.
Woman alone, Jesus. Are you angry because you look like the less attractive male version of Amy Schumer?
Dude, one like on this. This has to make it to Twitter, bro. There's only one way.
And you know what? I think I'll give that to him. I'd rather be called the C word than compared to Amy Schumer. And the final one says, "My friend, I love your videos, but please, for the love of God or whatever, buy a microphone. All the mouth clicks are distracting me from your great commentary." So,
That's a positive... I guess it's like a backhanded compliment, but that's like... Oh my god, bro. He's such a fucking loser.
to review, the guy who publicly accused someone of mocking a woman's near-death experience and then refused to apologize when said woman said to stand down. The guy
It's not even refused to apologize. I'll expand. It's doubled down. It's definitely doubled down, right?
who literally criticizes people for a living can't handle being told to get a better microphone. And that's YouTube, folks.
This is a good start. We're kind of jumping right in here. This is kind of a good start. The bisexual lighting is starting to grow on me. Look, there's a reason why, despite the term bisexual lighting being like inherent, or bread tube lighting is another way I've heard it, there's a reason why people do use this lighting.
That's my thesis. Look, we all have selective empathy. It's neither a good thing nor a bad thing. We have a limited amount of empathy, and it makes sense to be discerning about where to
Well, when you turn 30, you get way more of it. It's an upgrade.
spend it. Some people take it a little bit too far, though. This video was not about Duncan Kastner, but I do have one more story that I'd like to share. In August of 2021...
Oh no. Why? Oh god. Logan Paul.
A guy went viral on TikTok after posting a video of himself talking about quitting his job and moving to Los Angeles to sneak backstage of a Logan Paul show and beg Paul for a job, only to get rejected. Paul heard him out, tried to give him some advice, displayed some self-awareness, and was overall pretty nice to him. A lot of people praised the way that Paul had responded. Kastner took issue.
You know why? Because Duncan Kastner doesn't have any positions on fucking anything. In terms of actual drama, Duncan Kastner has a motivation. He needs to get to point, like, from A to point B. I don't want to say, like, he's going to make it political, but he has a message that he wants to get out there, and the video that he's talking about is the vessel to get that message out there. He's not, like, super passionate about any one drama. He uses drama as a method to get his worldview out there. So the details don't matter as much as the ending of the video. It's like writing the way that, like, the Duffer Brothers wrote Stranger Things. They had an ending. They just had to figure out all the plot that happens to get to that ending, and it was really bad.
With this reading.
There's been a lot of really good videos on YouTube already covering this story in more detail than I am, and I highly recommend the ones I've watched from Moist Critical.
And I don't know what he says in this video. It's really hard to fuck up a Logan Paul one, though. Logan Paul is like a very easy subject to criticize.
Nick is Not Green and Devin Nash. These are all great videos. I love these people. But all three of them agree and make a note that Logan Paul handled this situation well. And I don't think that's the full story. Yes, Logan handled it well in the sense that he didn't freak out and have his security team tase the guy to death, but we can't also pretend like this didn't happen because of Logan Paul's rhetoric. Both Logan and Jake Paul have built entire careers from telling people to chase their dreams.
Is this about fucking socialism? Is this a critique on modern capitalistic ideals? Is that what we're watching right now?
Nor the haters don't.
Dude, Logan Paul's biggest problem, it's the biggest negative of Logan Paul is that he tells people to chase their dreams.
Don't give up, follow your heart, all this vague inspirational stuff.
Dude, I'm sorry. Look at Martin Luther King. No, I'm not saying that this little dude is Martin Luther King.
Parade their lavish and crazy lives in their vlogs and tell you that they got it through determination and hard work.
What they actually got it through is white privilege.
Truth.
And Jeffrey Epstein.
Obviously, it's a little more complicated than that, but that's not.
Thanks a lot. Wow, that's a real fucking. That is some. Dude, I love Kunkin. I need to watch more of this guy's content. I need to be A-logging.
Not news. We all know that. They didn't get their LA super mansions from just having more grit than other people. But that's the narrative that sells the best. I think a lot of people who watch these videos believe them, and they want to chase their dreams, which I think is a good thing. So I don't think it.
Dude, this guy would make an exposed video being like, I don't think that Logan Paul handled this correctly. What he's saying when he says that Santa Claus is real and lives in the North Pole and, like, makes gifts and distributes them on Christmas, this is actually horrifying to lower income housing, because the idea of Santa Claus is this entity that can give a child any gift their heart desires. And the truth is, some people just can't afford that. And by Logan Paul talking about this concept of a Kris Kringle in the Great White North, he's doing a huge disservice to lower income neighborhoods.
You claim to care about rape, and you're hyping up a dude who has a segment on a show called Ultimate Rape Review.
Thank you.
Who the fuck is that guy? Say the line.
Who the fuck is
man.
that guy?
It's right to applaud Logan for handling this well without noting that he encouraged this guy to chase his dream, and this just
Nicholas, the goat. I appreciate that.
happened to be that dream.
Rich people tell their fans to follow their dreams, Duncan. This guy was an adult. Logan Paul did not hold a gun to his head and force him to ruin his own life. Kastner actually...
No, you're responsible for your audience if I don't like you. But if your audience does something bad and I do like you, I will die on the hill of defending you under any circumstance.
Acknowledged like 10 seconds before that most adults can tell that Logan is exaggerating. So I'm not quite sure what point he thinks that he's making.
In truth, obviously, it's a little more complicated than that. But that's not news. We all know that. I think a lot of people who watch these videos believe them.
So I do not find this as egregious as the Sven Johnson example. Or egregious at all, really. Kastner didn't say anything terribly out of pocket, we just kind of don't agree. This is not a Duncan Kastner sucks video. However,
I want that video though. Can you make that video, please?
I do find his
I need a watch list from somebody who's engaged with his content on all the funny things to look at.
assessment of the situation to be very telling. If I place myself in Paul's shoes for a second, which I don't think Kastner did, if a guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, I just quit my job and moved to a new state where I don't know anyone. Please let me come work for you. It is my dream. I don't have anyone to support me." I'm going to be thinking to myself, hey, if I say no, is this guy going to stab me? Because it kind of seems like if I say no, this guy is going to stab me.
Yeah, crazy fucking guy quits his job, flies across the world, puts a camera in your face and says, "Can I hire you?" That guy's never getting hired ever. This is a potentially harmful scenario. Hey, did you get through the metal detector? Do the medical detector? Sir, this guy's having a seizure. Sir, this guy's having a minor stroke. He's from the Lol Cow podcast.
Granted, I'm not 6'2", I'm not 220 pounds, I'm not a man, and I'm neither a boxer nor a wrestler, but when I asked my friend, she agreed that Paul had seemed kind of nervous. And why shouldn't he have been? In 2016, Christina Grimmie was murdered by an obsessive fan at a meet and greet. Paul...
I'll double up with you. Okay. Adventureland. 2018. Winter. G Fuel event. Alright? Keemstar is shooting a commercial for the cotton candy flavor of G Fuel. And we go up, and then we get to the thing and like, "Oh, who do you know here?" Because I was here with a buddy of mine who's friends with the guys who run G Fuel. So that we actually had a person that we could have named. And we said to the security, "I shit you not, I know Keemstar." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And he let us in. Now keep in mind, we were allowed and invited to be there. But I said, "I know Keemstar," and they just let me in. I could have been a murderer, okay? I just walk into Adventureland. Yes, this is where the movie comes from. That's where we were. So we go into Adventureland, and then Keemstar is standing there by the basketball thing, and he's drinking the G Fuel, and he's like, "G Fuel, get it now," or something. And then he just starts spitting it all over the floor. It's like... And he's like, "All right, get another shot of this." And he's like, "G Fuel, buy it now." And then he's spitting it all over the place. It's really funny. So he's doing that. And I'm talking to my friend, and he's talking to this guy from G Fuel. And I'm like, "Oh, dude, we got Keemstar out here. This is fun, right? Keem's out here." Oh, he's like, "Dude, cotton candy, get it now." And he starts spitting it all over the floor. So I walk, as soon as Keemstar is done with this, I walk over, I go to shake his hand, and I go, "What's going on, Keemstar?" He goes, "Oh, do I know you?" And I go, "Yeah, dude, I'm Tommy C's co-host." And he's fighting with Tommy at the time. So he's like immediately he shakes my hand. He's looking at me like inquisitively. And he's like, "How the fuck did you get in here?" I was like, "Oh, dude, you tweeted out saying anybody who wants to come here can just show up to Adventureland. So here I am," or something like that. I didn't say it as like, that kind of sounded malicious when I'm retelling the story. I was totally normal to him in person. And I was like, "Nah, dude, my friend knows so-and-so from G Fuel. We got invited here. I heard that, I saw your tweet." I'm like, "Oh, fuck, this is the Keemstar one. Sure, I'll tag along." But we were allowed to be here or whatever. So he started to ask me questions like, "How did you meet Tommy C?" or whatever. And he was totally normal after that. But when I first walked up to Keemstar at the G Fuel event, at an event where it was basically like just 7 people, he was pretty concerned that like I was there to assassinate him, which is totally justified. I would also be like concerned that I was there to assassinate him if I was Keemstar. I think that's like a normal thing to do, and some random person from the internet walks up to you and shakes your hand that you're not expecting to see.
Absolutely had reason to think that.
And then Keemstar had me film a video of him hitting a basketball shot, and he kept saying "first try," and we did like 27 takes.
This might end the same way. And even if he hadn't thought it would end that badly, influencers get assaulted by fans all the time. And given that element...
And now we're friends. I think. I heard videos say that we weren't. No, I think we're friends, right? Are we friends?
Kastner's take does come off as a little bit victim blamey. And I don't think that aspect ever even occurred to Kastner, because I don't think that he saw Paul's
I don't think he thinks. I don't think his brain works properly.
Perspective as one that was worthy of trying to understand. He allowed his, for the record, completely justified dislike of Logan Paul to cloud the way that he perceived the situation, and thought...
No, I was joking. Somebody sent me a clip. Apparently, me and Keemstar are like... No, we're no longer friends, I found out.
Us cloud
recently in an exposed video on me.
The way that he commented on it. It's really, really easy to build people up as villains. Going off of the Sven Johnson example again, In my opinion, Kastner got it into his head that Johnson had cruelly mocked a victim of abuse for having a serious medical emergency. Why shouldn't he call Johnson out? And Kastner became so convinced of his correctness that he wouldn't listen to anyone else, even Rios herself. Who cares if Johnson gets harassed?
Again, this is a huge problem with drama commentary. It's like, you get ego maxing. I don't know if Kunkin Dancer has that. He might just be stupid. But people ego max really hard because they win a lot of situations. And they're just wrong on one of them. And there are people in the audience who are like, yes, queen, keep going. But also, there's like the little devil on their shoulder where they're like, you know you're right. And it's like, you're not right. You're not right. You have to think about this critically. You got here by thinking critically. No, you're right, dude. You're right. How could you be wrong, dude? All these people are stupid. You're right. It happens a lot.
He did something bad. He deserves it. You should absolutely care if someone tells me to buy a microphone, though. With this mindset comes the implicit idea that being
What was that? That was the mic boom arm. It squeaked. I can do it again. I have to oil it. Do you guys not oil your mic boom arm?
With empathy is a privilege rather than a right, and that there is something that a person could possibly do that would strip them of that privilege. And, to be clear, once you've been stripped of that privilege, there is nothing in this world that you can do to get it back. Disclaimer, I'm coming at this as a viewer, not as a historian. I understand that commentary YouTube existed long before 2017, and I understand there are...
Yeah, but like, no, that's all. All right. Before 2017, I actually don't know. I don't remember. It was like Drama Alert, H3H3, Pyrocynical. This is like this is pre I'm Alex, so it's like the OGs.
Many pockets of commentary YouTube that don't have anything to do with the people I'm about to talk about. However, I do think that the post-Vine exodus was deeply influential in the way that commentary is nowadays, and especially like popular
commentary used to fight with each other, and the Viners came here and were like, oh, finally, dude, we can all just fucking sink our teeth into these degenerate freaks. And then like all the Gabby Hanna videos started, all the Logan Paul and Jake Paul, and it kind of helped that like some of these people were actually like depraved lunatics. But that was kind of the uniting of the commentary community who spent all their time fighting with each other prior.
Commentary, so I'm going to be
and bullying children.
Starting there. In 2017, the app Vine shut down, causing many creators who'd become popular there to flock to YouTube, like the Paul brothers, Lele Pons, Geeks, and Hannah.
I even forgot about Lele Pons, dude. Lele Pons got assassinated by Nerd City.
Stalking. These people's videos were weird. They were weird. They were very obviously...
He literally just... He put out that video, and I don't think I've ever heard her name since then. When is the last time you've heard Lele Pods?
Marketed towards kids, but they were also weirdly sexualized, and often were just a commercial for kids to buy their merch, or whatever other product they were...
Yeah, this is the Nerd City thing. Buy that merch. Buy that merch.
Shilling.
This is going to be our secret weapon. CoverGirl Total Tease Mascara. I'm going to give you a makeover you will not forget. This mascara is going to give you full, long, sexy, teased, and refined
eyelashes. I would
eyelashes.
never do this, guys. But today this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, the freemium mobile game from Israeli developer Plarium Games. It has, what did John Tron say? It has AAA graphical fidelity.
And my favorite part about this mascara comb is the long and short edges. It gets even to the smallest of corners to give you long, full lashes.
That was Turkey Tom. I always bring this up, and I fuck over Tom every time. That was Tom's last edgy video. Tom got like whipped into shape when he put out his YouTube sponsors video because he talked about Plarium Games, and he immediately cut to a frame of The Sopranos overlaid on top of the USS Liberty incident. And he played the song like from the Titanic, Why Am I Still Here Just to Suffer? And after that, he got exposed by D'Angelo Wallace and like literally just fucking changed everything about his content. That was an insane video, especially because he would immediately... I told him when he made it, I go, you're going to go back on YouTube sponsors. You're going to do sponsors by the end of the year.
And voila. God, you look beautiful. CoverGirl did the trick.
Buy that merch.
Buy that merch.
Buy that.
And to explain to my editor this was not satirical. No, but it worked. They made tons of money.
Merch. Buy that merch. Pandroid.co. Backslash Jake Paul. Get it while you can.
Now he gets punched in the face by Mike Tyson.
Before I sell it all, spend $100. Free shipping, y'all. Go tell your mama she gotta buy it all.
This was prior to YouTube's settlement with the FTC, which caused them to start having extremely strict standards about marketing content as either for kids or not for kids. So it was kind of a free-for-all. These creators were also just not talented or likable.
True!
They made terrible diss tracks. They taught their child...
Alright, hold on. Stop it, Dollhouse. That sounded like a fucking... Okay, I didn't like how that came out. Stop it immediately. The diss track era was one of the greatest in YouTube history. Alright, I do not want to hear the diss track slander. The Deji diss tracks... Dude, diss tracks on YouTube were funny. They were objectively funny. If you haven't seen anything Rhoda Shaw has ever made, you have seen the video where he's talking about All Cloud Gang is having a mare, poor FaZe Banks is losing his hair. Dude. When they show Banks is bald. Dude, there's so many good memories I have on YouTube. What was it? Won't be stopped, she's only 17! Dude, that, oh my god, bro. Dude, YouTube drama... Like, YouTube diss tracks were funny, but we all knew they were fake. Alright? We all knew they were fake, but they were funny. And then, Deji started doing it for real, ruined it, and they never did them again. Because Deji is not like every other YouTuber there. Every YouTuber there is a money-making machine, and Deji is the brother of a money-making machine, but he's also an idiot. So he got into a fight with his brother, and he's like, oh, we're doing diss tracks? That's fine. And he went totally legit, and it was terrible, and it was hilarious, and it ruined their entire relationship for several years. That's why YouTube diss tracks are great. They're great when they're fake, they're great when they're real, okay? And we need to bring them back.
Audiences really harmful.
Doesn't Deji hate you? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't like the person who pointed out that his channel got botted either.
Lessons they did.
Just my opinion based off of the stuff that I've seen.
Other bad things. But other former Viners were also making videos. This group of former Viners was different.
Drew Gooden. Has he had his controversy yet? Or am I too early?
They were actually funny for one, probably because their content was aimed at older teenagers and young adults.
Oh, he has. Ooh.
Rather than small children.
What is it?
They very quickly found a niche making fun of those other former Viners. At the time, these videos felt like a breath of fresh air. There was something really refreshing about an average person standing up to the people that many felt were ruining YouTube.
Dude, there was like a month where everyone was like, hey dude, let's just talk shit about these guys. And then after that, it was like every influencer became a luxury lifestyle vlogger. And that immediately like took over the entire airwave.
It really felt like they were speaking truth to power. And given the nature of what the quote-unquote bad former Viners were being called out for, these videos didn't just feel entertaining. They felt like they were of real moral import. Being against Logan...
Not these YouTubers in particular, but there was a time where this was kind of meta, and then after that, everybody was Clout Gang, fucking FaZe Banks, Rodeo Drive, bought $2,000 Gucci flip-flop, and then that was kind of the thing.
Paul was no longer just a matter of finding him annoying. It was a legitimate moral stance.
It's not...
Dude, morality? What?
A mistake.
It's about morality and commentary.
There's a difference between a mistake and an action that shows people who you really are. Usually, when you make a mistake...
This is the original dumb versus malicious.
You know instantly. That's how you know when you've made a mistake, is that instant regret. There was no instant regret here. There wasn't regret when he went and did it. There wasn't regret as he was editing it. There wasn't regret when he posted.
Is this the fucking Suicide Forest?
It. The regret came when he started getting piled on by probably people he respects, people like Aaron Paul, who...
Bro, Jesse Pinkman got mad at Logan Paul. What the fuck?
Just basically...
Could you imagine getting ratioed on... Well, not even ratioed, but getting annihilated on Twitter by Aaron Paul Is this mid Breaking Bad? This is mid Breaking Bad.
Is that he's human garbage. I'm sure when
did Breaking Bad end?
Logan Paul saw that, that's when it hits. That's when you realize when you've made a mistake, is when you get backlash for something. And to me, that's not a...
2013. Oh, I'm stupid. That's a while ago.
Mistake. Because if you don't
That's post Breaking Bad, yeah.
Recognize that you've made a mistake until thousands and thousands of people tell you you've made a mistake. Especially when it's something where the mistake should be so obvious from the beginning That's not a mistake. That is a reveal of character.
So if, on the rare chance that Peaks is watching, I want you to listen up, Peaks. I'm talking directly to you.
Bro, how much YouTube has this person watched? There's a lot of drama literacy here. I'm actually kind of confused.
Now, I don't care that you stole a line from a GIF that I made in 2014.
I'm just shocked as a YouTuber who spawned in mid-December of last year, like 2 weeks ago, who seemingly has like insane literacy of everything that's ever happened.
When I was in high school. I don't care that you're making a lot of money.
Like her media diet, her drama diet.
Money. Because you couldn't pay me to be you. You couldn't pay me to be a sad
Do I get exposed in this video? Maybe I shouldn't be too kind. Do I get in trouble?
30-year-old man making content geared toward 8 to 12-year-olds just to make a quick buck. You're a sad, sad person, and you have no respect from any comedy community out there. I just don't give a shit. You're just like a bad person.
From this came the commentary genre as we know it today.
Oh, shit.
Although these people did not create
Wait, I don't know any of these people either. Good. This is the other commentary community.
Commentary genre, they certainly helped influence.
I know D'Angelo Wallace.
It. Some of you might be.
Ah! Dude, I'm sorry. I forgot this guy existed. Holy shit, dude. Get this guy out of here.
Saying, God, why are these videos so heavy? Why can't people lighten up? Didn't this used to be the website where people shared funny cat videos? Well, in the past few years, people have become more uncomfortable with the idea of bullying, which is obviously an overall good thing, but it does create an optical problem.
No, you don't understand. Bullying is awesome when I don't like somebody.
For anyone whose content revolves
it makes me morally... It's morally positive to bully people I don't like.
Around criticizing others. Since these YouTubers understandably don't want to be...
Wait, is that what this video's about? I didn't say that. Go back.
As bullies, they feel like they can't make fun of someone for...
Danky Jabo. Okay, that's a recent cut.
No reason. So a lot of them only talk about people who they think deserve it. The thing is...
This is a safe space for bullying, okay?
Just because you're making fun of someone doesn't mean you have to be super harsh about it. Take Cody Ko. Whatever else you may think of him, his videos tended to be very relaxed and good-natured.
By a guy named Dre Drexler.
Yeah, I think that this is part of the, I was going to say sunken cost fallacy, but that's not it either. YouTube drama, you know who actually is probably the guy to look for? I'm Alex was an insufferable fucking loser in 2019. But I think that Kavos changed drama. Kavos was always an asshole. He was always talking shit. He was always like a bombastic personality. At least for like this sector of the commentary community, or what this sector would then become. I think that Kavos changed drama in that it became like a much more aggressive game of just shitting on people.
First of all, very powerful name.
Yeah.
Dre Drexler.
And then after that, there's kind of two avenues here. There's like the Drew Gooden types, and there's like the Kavos. I wouldn't say Kavos inspired. It's funny because I actually didn't like Kavos, even though I kind of align with that worldview, I think now. I was not a huge fan of Kavos until I became a YouTuber. This is 2018, so I didn't like him in like 2016 or 17.
Supervillain.
Yeah, it sounds like a supervillain from like a Marvel comic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Dre Drexler! God damn you, Dre Drexler!
Yes, he was still making fun of people, but his videos rarely felt mean-spirited, to a point where several of the people he made fun of actually expressed their approval of his videos, or even went on to collaborate with him in some cases. I think it's totally possible to make fun of someone without being mean, and I think that most famous people are accustomed enough to criticism that one Drew Gooden video isn't going to completely break them. But a lot of people don't.
But every so often, you get that one perfect person who you say like one thing about, and then they just go ballistic, and that's usually like one of the worst types of ways to go out too. Like a very light comment erupts into a huge controversy.
See it that way. A lot of people think you should only make fun of people if they quote unquote deserve it. Take this Curtis Connor video from...
I thought that was Jake Weddle. Oh my god, dude. Curtis Connor looks young in this one.
2023, wherein...
That's 2023? Okay, I just don't know what Curtis Connor looks like then. I thought it was Jake Weddle.
He talks about Water Talk. Water Talk is a community of people on TikTok whose entire online personalities revolve around putting flavored syrup in their water.
Bro, this is a random aside. I watched a Scott Schaefer video where he was reviewing this thing where they put flavored shit in water in like the bottle. And he's like, I bought this product and it's bad. This is a crazy scam. Okay, it's a bit more in depth than that, but that's what it felt like watching it. I need to review that at some point. But he was just like, I bought this and it's disgusting. It's a scam. Crystal Light. And I don't want to defend the product because I don't know enough about it, but that was my interpretation of the video when I watched it briefly. And I want to know if I'm right about that.
Insisting that it's still water, which, like, in retrospect, yeah, that was absolutely rage bait.
Scam is a subjective term. That's a fucking deep cut reference. Actually, it's not. It's relevant to this, but dude, actually, no, it's not. It is a deep cut reference. It's a fucking deep cut reference. I forgot who said that. It wasn't Cruel World Happy Mind. It was King of Nothing. King of Nothing got accused Ethan of being a crypto scammer. And then when he got pushed back, went in his description and said, scam is subjective.
I think anyone can see that good-natured jokes about this community are certainly warranted, even if this community isn't necessarily hurting anyone. I mean, if you start insisting that a lamp is a mailbox or something...
Dude, peach-loaded water.
You're not hurting anyone, but you are incorrect, and I am allowed to point that out and make jokes about it, especially if you're doubling down. Yet, look at what Connor does.
And I figure I should mention the controversies.
Dude, I put fucking Haagen-Dazs in my salad. I'm having loaded salad.
Criticism.
Dude, that's what I needed, bro. You know what goes good in salad? Fucking...
I guess I should
chicken wings, dude.
Say
with big blue cheese dressing.
Surrounding water talk. Because
I'm having loaded salad for dinner.
I'm sure there's going to be people commenting on this video. You know, these videos are harmless. You know, let people enjoy things.
Why do we hate women enjoying things so much?
And yeah, sure, those are both true. I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know anything. I just think these videos are really funny. But this person on TikTok, their name is All in the Music. They have some pretty good points, so I'm going to play a little bit of their video.
It's toxic.
Dude, I want a big lettuce tomato. You've been here for a while.
Diet culture to continue to call it water, and it's really dangerous, and so I'm really fucking sick of it. Like, you're claiming because it's zero sugar, it's 0 calories, that like it isn't adding something. You're adding Nerds powder to water.
Dude, that makes it's healthier that way. Dude, Nerds powder. All the problems with Nerds powder actually gets fucking it gets like ionized by the water. You just mix the water in there, and then it purifies the Nerds, so you get all the flavor plus all of the medical value of consuming water.
You're drinking Nerds. You're drinking Diet Nerds.
You're drinking Diet Nerds.
You're drinking flat diet soda, and that's fine. Fucking call it that. Otherwise, it's dangerous.
So I'll leave it up to you guys.
Guys, you don't even season your water. Glue Guns and Roses. Unseasoned water.
To, you know, come to your own conclusions.
Respectfully, I think this take is really dumb. I feel like toxic diet culture probably would not allow you to add sugary, calorie-laden syrups to a 0-calorie drink. But hey, maybe we just have very different definitions of toxic diet culture.
No, but you gotta wonder, is this video being made because they really think that, or is this video being made because it's trendy to shit on it? That is a very... That happens, you know? That definitely happens, especially with TikTok trends, because TikTok trends probably... I mean, I don't make TikTok content, but a lot of people seem to make a lot of money bashing TikTok trends.
Hi, editing me here. I also need to point out that most of the time when influencers are accused of promoting diet culture, said influencer usually has way more fame and is usually trying to sell something. The Kardashian Jenners, for example, are infamous for hawking scammy products that claim to help people lose weight, like waist cincher.
Dude, all natural Ozempic.
Or so-called diet teas, or so-called appetite-suppressing lollipops.
Yeah, what is the difference between this shit and Alex Jones?
Cinctures,
well,
or so-called diet...
I've got the masculinity supplement.
Teas, or so-called appetite-suppressing lollipops.
I've got the hormone-inducing masculine diet pill.
Pops. The problem is that a lot of these products are at worst unsafe, and at best just don't work. And the criticism comes because the Kardashian-Jenners gained a lot
No difference except gender.
of their fame due to their bodies. And they got those bodies through diet, exercise, and cosmetic enhancements, only to then turn around and act like they were able to achieve this beauty standard with something as cheap and easy to obtain as a laxative tea. It would be like if I started saying, do you want long, beautiful, platinum blonde hair like me? Use this dye. To accuse creators who have a fraction of the Kardashian-Jenners' influence of doing something like this is really disingenuous and irresponsible. And even Connor doesn't seem that convinced by her.
And another issue with that is that a lot of the people who'd promote those things probably aren't, some of them are, probably some of them aren't upfront that they've had surgery. And you kind of know there are like cases where the person's like, I am all natural. I've never had surgery before. And you look at their face and you're like, all right, I don't want to be an asshole, but something you're telling me is not accurate.
Argument. He was very non-committally, just like, I don't know, guys, like maybe this is something. In my opinion, Connor got it into his head that this video was punching down and that he needed to try and scramble and find like a real justification for making this video. And I'm gonna be honest,
Oh my god, I just got the joke. She's wearing a wig. Look, alright, I don't have a lot of fucking... Dude, I don't have a lot of wig literacy. I just assumed that she dyed her hair, and I got confused, and now I'm realizing it's a wig.
I think that this person...
I just got the joke. Sorry, it took me a minute.
Person's moral grandstanding is a lot meaner.
I don't see wigs, bro. People are watching Stranger Things finale, and they're like, dude, all these wigs are terrible. And I'm like, that's not their hair. What are you talking about? That's not their hair? That's one person on the show is not wearing a wig? I just assumed that was their hair.
Then Connor just cracking a couple of lighthearted jokes.
No, it's not even like a "you're not you when you're hungry" meme. I literally don't know. Dude, I have no fucking idea how people just see wigs.
Jokes. When Connor...
What is there to look for? Do I have to look at their hairline?
Makes those...
Do I have to look at the Norwood scale to see if I see anything weird? Like, where do I see the wig? It looks like hair? It looks like hair, yeah!
Those jokes, like...
The only time I can see a wig is when somebody's wearing a hair system, which probably is significantly more work involved to put it on. No, dude, you can always tell if it's a hair system. I can't see a wig, though.
And Connor just cracking a couple of lighthearted jokes. When Connor makes those jokes, like, we understand...
A hair system? I watched a lot of Chud Logic last year, and he was talking about hair systems. There was this one guy, I forgot what the drama was. It's like a toupee. It's a toupee, but it's like a little bit more fucking in depth or whatever. He's like, this is what we could do when we lose it. When it's finally gone, we can get a hair system.
This is just kind of a silly and stupid corner of the internet that we can make fun of. But when that woman makes it this whole moral issue, it makes...
A weave?
I recommend
for
watching
men,
Nicholas
I think it's just called a hair
DeOrio's latest
system.
video.
That's actually not true. It's called the toupee, but people who are insecure about their toupee have decided it is now called a hair system. Yeah, you know how the words start working that way, where it's like, hey, this is a word that we use to describe something, but because there's a bad juju around that, now we can no longer use that terminology. We found a more neutral term, and then people just start bullying people with that term instead.
People feel like they are not only justified, but morally obligated to go on these women's pages and spam them with hateful messages.
EU a
Thank
virgin?
you.
No, I am not. Why would so many people be Googling
Well, I think
that?
that's the point. She's parodying Quum's lighting, the hair color, all that stuff.
Messages, because in their
you got the little stuffed animals on the side. I think it's high effort.
In their mind, they're fighting toxic diet culture. Making it clear that these videos are supposed to just be silly and lighthearted seriously reduces that risk.
Now, there's a serious lack of clouds.
Now, this is an isolated incident. I like Connor's content quite...
I also don't necessarily blame the person who made the video. It seems like those videos really upset her, and I'm sure she just made that video in the heat of the moment.
a lot. I think he's very talented.
You need to be more aggressive and mean.
And very funny. But this moment has always just...
Where's the uncovered outlet? Bro, if this was an iDubbbz video, he would just tape a picture of an outlet to the wall and then rip it off at the beginning of a video and stare blankly at the camera, and it would be the funniest shit ever.
Just really stuck out to me as a prime example of someone feeling like they need to justify making a video. I think that the popularity of commentary has kind of caused people to...
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for the $5
Thank you! Hell yeah.
overlook what made those videos from 2018 good in the first place, so let's look at examples from Eddie Burback and Cody Ko critiquing Lele Pons. Their commentary was
Nicholas DeOrio streamed about this last night, and after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking black-pilled on this shit.
Dude, where does anybody? No one has it. Who is the British guy who looks like Asmongold? Like British Asmongold, who made the video on Lele Pons. Why are you shaking your boobs for? This is for children. That's my favorite delivery ever. Why are you shaking your boobs for? This is for children.
Very specialized. Rather than trying to compile a list of every single one of her worst sins, they focused on critiquing a handful of videos as a reflection of a specific problem with her content. Their tones also differed drastically. Ko's video was critiquing from the standpoint of comedy and seemed much more laid back, while Burback's focused on
Lewis Spears, that was his name, dude. Lewis Spears and his like performative complaint. Hold on, I need to find it. It's so funny. Wait. No! How did I get back to Kunkin Danster? Lewis Spears. Lele Pons. I'm never gonna find this clip. It's gotta be here though. Lele Pons is violating COPPA. That seems like it has to be too new. Maybe it's not. Dude, why are you shaking your boobs for? This is for children, is how I remember it. I hope it meets my expectations. All right. Advertising to children. Nope. Oh, is this it? Dude, this dude, look at this. This is so fucking good. This is so fucking good.
It hurt! Why the fuck did she just slap her tits? Like that, she was like, oh, you know what would be really funny here? If I slap my tits. This is for children. Do you want
Bro, you gotta sell it a little bit more than that.
They hurt! They hurt! Why the fuck did she just slap her tits? Like that, she was like, oh, you know what would be really funny here? If I slap my tits. This is for children.
and her lack of honesty when it came to selling things.
He's not British. All right, listen, dude. I don't see that. You know, just like wigs, I have a problem with like British and fucking Australian. If I'm listening to them in the moment, I can tell. But dude, in the background of my mind, all right, they all kind of blend together, dude. All those Easterners, you know, they all kind of blend together. The British, the Australian, they all kind of sound the same.
To children.
So the thing about Lele's content in the 3 videos that I watched is Lele doesn't seem to make stuff.
Dude, I don't see... Guys, listen, I don't see accent.
And get sponsored so she can keep making stuff. It seems like sponsors will contact her and say, hey, Lele, we've seen that you've made a video centering on another company before. Can you do that for us? And she goes, absolutely. The problem is that Lele's audience is very young. And when you're not clear about sponsorships to young kids, then things get a little tricky. If you're trying to deceive children into liking certain brands, that's one of the scummiest things you can do in entertainment.
They stuck with what they could observe. In this case, that Lele Pons wasn't funny, that her writing was often lazy, that her
Wait, I'm not going to say anything. I'm curious here where this is going to go.
Content was clearly aimed at children but contained inappropriate themes, and that her failure to disclose sponsorship.
Because I am actually aware of this situation. I know this is ridiculous and stupid. And why would Nick DeOrio know about the Lele Pons makeup incident? But I do.
Could have deceived children. In particular, Burback's focusing on one moral issue made his stance feel more sincere. He wasn't cataloging every peccadillo ever committed by Lele Pons, and as such, the video felt more focused. But at a certain point, making fun of former Viners stopped being fun. They weren't these huge stars anymore, and poking fun at them started to feel mean. So, creators started to expand their content. Even when they were critical, it was often directed at entire...
Did Boblax take the sponsor too? No, that was Scentbird.
Industries rather than one specific.
He got in trouble for Scentbird because they looked on the Better Business Bureau and found out that Scentbird had like an F. And then they Googled every other YouTube sponsor that people use, and they also had an F.
Person.
And I think, you know, before we move on, this is what's really bothering me about it. What Pocket Watch is suggesting is that traditional media is now adopting this really kind of, in a way, like abusive to children way of modeling things. These kids are working full-time jobs.
Dude, Fentbird? No, it's not called... Stop!
As entertainment. and they have no say in it. It's already bad with child actors, but at least we have an established industry to make sure it's cool for them. I don't know if there's anybody looking out for these kids. This isn't just like Hulu.
Dude, I'm still caught up on Fentbird. Stop that.
Making a show out of it. This is a company.
Fentbird is a friend of the chat. Oh, I should have said that out. Why did I say that?
Funded by the biggest actor in
Dude, that's fucking, oh my god, bro. That's fucking Tony Stank.
the world, in the biggest franchise.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
Why? Is a giant streaming service with multi-million-dollar networks behind them, and Butch Hartman is a classic TV show producer.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize. I'm just now realizing this is about Butch Hartman. I forgot. Isn't that guy crazy? I was watching a lot of videos by the guy who's used to be friends with Turkey Tom. I don't know if he hates him or the guy who looks like his character is based off. Oh, LS Mark.
This is a real industry problem now.
Their content simply evolved. Eddie Burback visits chain restaurants and talks about video games with his brother. Drew Gooden reviews movies and talks about general internet phenomena.
The reason why that's happening here is that a lot of people did YouTube drama to make money. They don't actually like the conflict. They don't actually like, they're not actually really mean people. They don't really, maybe they're not even, like, they don't even care about this stuff, but they did it. And many of them did it well for a real long while until they could spin off into different careers, covering movies and going on and doing lifestyle stuff or making vlogs. There's a very select type of psychopath who was always in it for drama, to do drama. This is what they enjoy. And you're watching that type of fucking psychopath. Okay, that's me. That's fucking me, okay? There's tons of people who didn't even plan to do this, but they worked one time and they're like, holy shit, I have to fucking this is my niche. I'm a fucking psychopath. I've always wanted to do this. I'm having a great time, dude. I love being alive.
Danny Gonzalez is a father, and Cody Ko disappeared into the ether one day and hasn't been heard from since.
Dude, what happened to Cody Ko, guys? Nothing's happened, guys.
So now
I haven't heard anything about Cody Ko since.
This huge niche begging for someone to make money off of it. Being mean is fun, and calling people out seemed a matter of grave importance.
Oh, please God. Please God, let this video take a fucking hard right turn. Because you know what would be perfect for what we're watching on the script right now? Going after these people was fun for a while, but then it started to feel really sad. And she's selected two fucking people here. And she selected Lele Pons, and now she has selected Sniper Wolf. And somebody made a lot of videos on Sniper Wolf that start to get really fucking weird.
So we started getting multi-hour long.
It really should be fucking. It should be Nerd City. It should be Nerd City. Nerd City is literally the perfect example of her argument.
Long deep dives into.
It should literally. There's no better example than Nerd City.
Various people's scandals. Look,
Tamimi got fucking what?
I understand the appeal of internet panopticons. I, too, have been guilty of indulging in way too many videos about Colleen Ballinger.
I have not made enough videos on Ethan Klein. The 700 I've uploaded so far, okay? Those are self-defense, okay? Those are self-defense videos.
Jake Paul. I just spent the entire opening of this video making fun of a mid-sized commentary creator over a drama from 4 years ago.
All right, mid-size. Actually, I don't know. How many subs does Kunkin Danster have? I always kind of assumed he was like a fucking 40k YouTuber. Alexa, how many subscribers does Kunkin Danster have?
Pumpkin Dude has 342,000 subscribers.
Oh shit, dude. Okay. Alexa, do you know the controversy for the YouTuber Boblax that happened on January 11th of last year?
I don't have specific information about a controversy involving Boblax from January 11th of last year.
Oh, good. You sweet summer child.
Hating ass bitchery is simply a part of my DNA. It's fun to criticize people. It can be comforting to rubberneck celebrities who are so observably awful. It reassures us that however bad we think we are, at least we're not talking about sex in group chats with middle schoolers.
True.
Or just pick one. But that's also the problem.
Ooh, I don't like this guy.
Just because you're a better person than Colleen Ballinger or Jake Paul doesn't mean you're a good person, and it certainly doesn't mean that you're incapable of messing up. That's why I've taken...
That's the other thing, too. The fucking angle of, like, the morality thing only goes, Because if you're ego maxing and you're doing the morality shit, like, this guy's a bad person, this guy's a bad person, this guy's a bad person, they're going to look to you and go, are you a good person? And most of them would turn around and go, yes. And it's like, I am not a good person. I do not claim to be a good person. When they ask me if I want to round up to the nearest $40 to give money to, like, some fucking, I don't know, whatever the fuck charity, bro, I'm like, nah, not happening. Sorry, dude. Sorry, no, that 95 cents is fucking mine, okay? No, we're not doing charity today, all right?
In my irrepressible love of gossip and channeled it into reading biographies of
I'm fucking evil.
famous dictators. For the record, I'm not saying that critical content
That's your example, bro? Really? Yeah, I've never done anything worse than that in my life. Why are you asking?
is bad at all. Big creators hold a lot of influence and they deserve
That's the worst thing I've ever done.
to be called out when they do something bad. But if you create an entire career off of criticizing others, you're often incentivized to discuss the worst of the worst, especially nowadays when so many online controversies are so serious.
There's also... I like to... Yes! Yes, please. Please be the clip. Oh, God. You're a good little dog. Yes! I'll bash your fucking head in with a brick.
Just me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick.
Alex, your line was, I'm sorry.
You don't shut the fuck up.
It can severely...
Nicholas DeOrio streamed about this last night, and after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of fucking blackpilled on this shit.
Happy post January 11th.
Thank you.
Distort your view of the
Dude, Kunkin Dancer glowed up. Look, he's got 7 Nintendo Switch games.
Average person.
I can't math right now.
morality. And I will suggest that if your career revolves around calling people out, and if you don't take a step back every so often to touch some grass, you might start to get a false sense of your own moral authority.
She's absolutely fucking right about this. She's legitimately on point here.
I also think that the commentary community has gotten so big and so insular that we forget that at its core, commentary is a very adversarial genre. And I think we often forget that the aforementioned creators got a lot of pushback from Paul Brothers fans and even Jake Paul himself when they were making this content.
That's why you don't fight audiences who have, like, predominantly children. There's no minds you can change there. Meanwhile, if these are, like, adults or teenagers, they, like, swing like goldfish. That's why you get the Toddy Westbrook situation with James Charles. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on, but they knew they needed to unsubscribe from the person who's, like, the bad guy that day. That's how you see, like, 1 million going back and forth in, like, 24 hours.
Nowadays, a lot of the people who get critiqued either don't use YouTube as their main platform or are too big to respond to hit pieces without seeming petty. When we look at the combined belief that, number one, certain people have sinned past the point of deserving empathy, and number two, you yourself are incapable of sinning, drama coverage can start to get a little lazy. I mean...
I'm lazy. That's me. Hi, I'm lazy.
Who cares about facts? These people suck. This leads to a lot of people getting a little bit too comfortable criticizing people for a living with little to no pushback, only to have a really rude awakening when their video leaves their little niche. Madison Harnett,
yay!
Known online as Cruel World Happy Mind, got started with videos making fun of multi-level marketing companies, or MLMs.
Guys, we have to respond 72 times. That will prove.
Which she insistently calls MLMs for some reason. She started pivoting into creator-focused deep dives in 2021 after one particular video, How Rachel Hollis Destroyed Her Career, garnered 2.3...
Guys, I don't make negative content, alright? And I think that it's bad, okay? To make, to be like, what is the thing that she criticizes now? Like feminine misogyny or something like that? Meanwhile, you look at her backlog, and it's like it's all takedown videos, and many of which are focused on women. It's very funny. It's Jews? No, that's not what I was talking about. I was not talking about Jews. But she talks about, like, radical fucking misogyny or whatever. Women on women misogyny. And you look at her account, and it's like a bunch of takedown videos on women.
3 million views. As her
internalized misogyny.
Channel went on, she started focusing less on financial scams, although her early videos
and more on talking to Ian's tattoo artist.
Videos on Tana Mojo, Trisha Paytas, and the McBroom family very much examined their careers through that lens and focusing more on drama, which is fine, by the way. I'm not
the stoic.
gonna act like your interest changing is indicative of some sort of major character flaw.
That was just a robot, right? Oh, you were making good videos calling out MLMs, and then you jumped into the drama mill. It's like, dude, I'm sorry, but like, I also think that calling out bad behavior is probably a net positive. Maybe for your bank account, but like if it's bad behavior and you're right about it and you're not doing anything crazy, there's like nuclear level like fucking I don't know, that's probably like a good thing too.
I will, however, suggest that drama content and video essays don't really go together. If we look at the best known and best regarded video essayists, ContraPoints, Lindsay Ellis, H Bomber Guy,
well, this was a good run.
They tend to have a very...
No, I don't think H Bomber Guy's a bad video essayist. Everyone thinks I hate H Bomber Guy because I fucking call him N Bomber Guy or something. Or, because of the funny clips of him saying the N-word with Mr. Medicare. Or around the time that he hung out with Mr. Medicare. I just think that's funny to reference all the time. I hate H Bomber Guy's fans and the people who try to be like him. That's my issue. I don't necessarily have a huge issue with H Bomber Guy. I really, truth be told, haven't watched a shitload of his content. There are people who are inspired by H Bomber Guy that I really like JXE. But there are also a lot of people who watch H Bomber Guy that I really, really do not like. Who have been trying to emulate his video content for like the last 3 years, and it has provided me like so much funny memes.
Slow turnout rate, and that makes sense. The topics that they cover require one to be extremely thorough. Imagine if Harry Brewis hadn't so exhaustively documented James Somerton's plagiarism. Somerton might have been able to wiggle out of it. Brewis had to be extremely comprehensive for his video to make the impact that it did. Meanwhile, drama by its nature is constantly changing. If you set out to make a YouTube drama video essay, the information in it might be old by the time you finish writing your...
Is DarkFab EU a virgin? No, I am not. Why would so many people be Googling
Is this where
that?
I start catching a stray?
Out of 132 videos on her channel, 69 are about women, 28 are about men, and 35 neither.
You know that
More general topics by my count.
You know that means she can't upload any more videos on women, right? Because she's at the funny number. That means she has to stop covering women forever.
Script. So, when making video essays on interpersonal dramas, you're presented with the rare challenge of a format that requires time, effort, and careful research mixed with the knowledge that people might not care about this particular topic next month.
There's also another aspect to this that if you weren't making content, you might not be privy to, so she might bring it up, she might not. There was an algorithm shift, and it happened a couple of years ago. Yes, when Nicholas DeOrio, my main channel, started uploading 30 to 45 minute or even hour-long videos, that was not the norm. People were not doing that. You could still print money by making 8 to 10 minute videos, depending on when that was changed. Because initially it was 2 ads or more ads on 10-minute videos. YouTube scaled that back to 8. The faster spam it out, 3 video per day, 10-minute video meta was going strong for a really long while. And I didn't like that. I thought I was making high art, which I wasn't. My videos did not age super well, especially the early ones. But I thought, oh, I am making, like, not art, but I was like, I'm making fucking, I don't know. I'm making my videos my way. I don't really care about the thing. If it works, it works. I'm going to brute force my way through YouTube. So by the time that I inevitably do make it, I'll be making exactly the type of content that I want. And then I'll enjoy it and I won't be like Bo Blacks, which has kind of happened. And I've been just having fun. You know, I mean, this is exactly what I want to be doing. And it worked out my way. Whereas, I guess what I'm getting at here is a lot of people back then were doing this, like, quick format video. And they're good at that because they didn't have to have any thoughts. They could just watch, like, you can go watch the new Cheeto video to find out about the new Jalen video, to go find out about the new Sensitive Society video, to go find out about, like, there's not a lot of information there. You just have to kind of regurgitate the popular take and get out. You get in, say the stuff they want to hear, get out, that's it. Then the algorithm shifted to my content, exactly what I was making at the time. Long form, hour-long video essays. And these videos would just explode. For people like John Swan, he would post a video like once every 6 months and it would just hit 1 million views or something like that. It was like fucking crazy. So all of a sudden there was this shift and all these guys who were making these 8 to 10 minute videos now had to figure out how to talk for an hour straight, and they found out they weren't very good at it. And they can't copy everybody because then they get caught plagiarizing. So that's how, like, the internet anarchist situation kind of happens with the writers or even internet anarchist, however that actually worked out. That's kind of what you get, is you get like the Sunny V2 slop video and the people who regurgitate the Sunny V2 slop video. So you get these like really hollow feeling hour-long video essays for people who aren't passionate about their topic, because they went from posting once a day to posting once a month to now, like, hiring scriptwriters, hiring editors, not really taking personal accountability over their own actual content. So they could post this hour-long shit video every single fucking week. And it removed all the personality. It's all of the effort of that 10-minute video in the format of something that could potentially do significantly more harm. With so much more room for error. And that's how Cruel World Happy Mind was born.
Or even next week. And what if your videos are not particularly known for their effort or careful research? What if you're just a little too biased in your coverage? Gabby Hanna is a former Viner who transitioned to YouTube when the app shut down. While she started out as just a content creator, she later started pursuing music and poetry to varying levels of success.
So what if I'm the monster?
Oh, I never wanted to hear that again.
That's been here all.
I have such a weird internet history. I mean to everybody, but we were nice to Gabby Hanna.
She's probably best known because in
I wonder what she's up to. I haven't talked to Gabby in years.
2021, she had a very public...
Yeah. Dude, could you imagine the only people in Gabby Hanna's corner were like me, Keemstar, and Mudahar?
Fall from grace, which led to a lot of, let's be clear,
Dude, can we please see the video of her typing really fast? That was funny.
Completely appalling behavior. She was a really big topic because she was kind of just a well of entitlement. And
she was I think she was overhated at the time.
Anger and egotism and weaponized therapy speak. It was like a car crash you couldn't look away from.
Fuck you! Fuck!
I don't think she was totally, like, in the right, just to be clear. But I do think that there were people who were just kind of regurgitating a lot of shit and making a lot of money doing it.
All of these people for what they've done to me. And for them to be tweeting right now, I'm playing the victim. I am the fucking victim. You have abused me.
Look, nobody likes Gabby Hanna.
I would not be in a position to debate the arguments from a video that I never made 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago. So I can't possibly engage in like a long form chat about this. Because I'm literally trying to remember and I just can't. But that would be an interesting thing to revisit in the future, kind of where we stand on it now.
I hear these stories all the time about her sending her fans after people, and I believe that she did that, but it's always just so hard to conceive of it because I have never met anyone who was ever at any point a fan of Gabby.
Bro, it was me, Mudahar, and Keemstar, and the Act Man. Was the Act Man there for that one? No, the Act Man was there for a different one.
Hanna. What I'm trying to say is that how Gabby Hanna destroyed her career was a pretty popular video. With 6.9 million views as of the time I'm writing this, it's Harnish's most viewed video to date.
Like, Jesse Smiles still fucking hates me to this day. Like, every couple of months, not every couple months, every so often there'll be a clip of Jesse Smiles, like, just subtly taking a shot that'll get sent to me.
And
I don't think it's happened in a while though, but it happened for years. Like every few months, like for years there was a clip.
I supplied several of those views. 2023 was weird, don't ask. However, when I later did my own...
Dude, oh, that one fucking killed me. Gabby, you are not allowed to talk about this because she's having her rainbow baby. Do you know what that means, Gabby Hanna? If you make this about you and that baby, like fucking, yeah... It's your fault. Dude, that drove me fucking crazy. That there were people arguing that because Jesse Smiles had a rainbow baby, if something happened to it, it's Gabby Hanna's fault. That made my brain explode. My brain fucking blew up when I heard somebody argue that.
In research, I found there were some...
That's why I know what a rainbow baby is, by the way. A rainbow baby is the baby you have after a miscarriage, which is at a high rate of potentially happening again. So it's like a really strenuous time for the mother, specifically, right? I only know about this because of this YouTube drama. I literally only learn these things about anatomy and politics because it's against my will.
Some moments that had been lacking context in that scene.
I've learned so many things from YouTube drama that I'll never use the rest of my life.
Seems specifically...
It's like school.
Edited to try and make Hanna look worse. All right, I'm sorry.
Dude, why a rainbow baby is not gay? Well,
to fill your head with more...
No, that wouldn't even make any sense.
Now years old dramas, but In order for you to understand my criticisms, I am going to need to tell you about some stuff. In 2007...
Oh my god, no, no, she's gonna tell us the lore. Oh god, I haven't thought about this in years.
Nicholas DeOrio streamed about this last night,
no.
and after watching Nick's stream, I'm kind of
right.
fucking black-pilled on this shit.
It's a good idea to revisit. I watched your Gabby coverage for the first time after Dollhouse's video. It's so similar to the Snarkers now. And now you have all the H3 fans watching.
I'm a snarker? What the fuck?
Hannah tweeted calling out
was that back when I was literally fighting with the H3 audience?
people who use other YouTubers' names for clickbait. Brian Lee.
I don't remember fighting Ethan in that
watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Were we fighting with Ethan in that one?
And his Rice Gum, another...
If we were, it was probably because it was after the Keemstar stuff still, and that was still fresh.
The YouTuber known for bullying kids, I guess, took this personally and made a diss track.
Yes, dude. Wait, what was the it's Road to Shaw where it's like, oh god, dude, I forgot what it was, bro. Where they're talking about YouTube boxing and he's like, oh, he's already 1-0 against the Gabby show. That's the fucking Road to Shaw video again. Yeah.
Hannah responded in kind. While at a party, Hannah went up to Lee with her phone out and started taunting him and challenging him to a rap battle. Smash cut to this story, where Hannah claimed Lee had hit her and smashed her phone, later showing bruises and scratches. She then clarified on the same night that he hadn't, quote, beaten the shit out of her, end quote, but that an assault had happened and that she'd merely claimed he'd hit her because she'd been so shaken. She had made the story not long after the assault had happened, and Lee is over 6 feet tall, so I can imagine that a tall man...
Rice Gum is 6 fucking feet tall?
Lunging at you.
I gotta find the clip. I'm sorry, dude. We're doing this. I've been talking about it all night. I'm defending the concept. It's relevant. It's relevant, I promise. Dude, Road to Shaw, Rice Gum sucks.
Good afternoon! Your mom looks like...
Dude, oh, no. I just want the song. The song is... What do you think he's gonna say after that, guys? Hold on, this is it. Yeah, there we go. Yao Ming, no.
Good afternoon! Your mom looks like Kim Jong-un! Called me a...
Dude, they just don't make him like this anymore.
Relevant, but you only get views when you pay your mate's girlfriend to show off her boobs. You have the personality of a wet flannel. Summary's the only thing saving your channel. I've never had a fight, but you're a pro. He's already 1-0 against the Gabby show.
Bro, stop. Fucking stop, dude. He literally just made a short song and put all the bangers front loaded. This is ridiculous.
I've never had a fight, but you're a pro. He's already 1-0 against the Gabby show. You pissed off China with a single vlog. I heard you once tried to eat Alyssa Violet's dog. And your life sucks. It can't be fun. Looking like a malnourished lesbian. The whole of Cloud Gang are having a mare. Look, poor face Banks is losing his head.
Dude, come on. This is the Bartley house, bro. Remember he's fighting in the Bartley house? Fucking FaZe and Monk off this image.
The whole of Cloud Gang are having a mare. Look, poor face Banks is losing his hair. And FaZe Rug's nose is just obscene. Wait, Wolfie, stop. She's only 17.
Bro, do you guys remember when they used to call Wolfie rapes because he brought a 17-year-old into the fucking clout house?
Alyssa Violet got with Logan and Jake, and all of Rice Gum's Fortnite games are fake. His diss track stopped because the last one flopped, and when he fights me, he's gonna get dropped.
That is the greatest YouTube diss track that's ever happened ever in history. They have never made a better one. It's really short. It's got all the bangers in there, and it just ends. That is the best one. His one on fucking KSI was good, too. So that's that.
Grabbing you hard enough to leave bruises, snatching a phone out of your hand.
No way, dude! There's a KFC in Yemen!
I just want to let you know I get up at 4 a.m. every day to catch the end of the stream so I can ask about you releasing the Mouthy Buddha video, coward.
One day I will make it. One day I will make it. It'll be for you. It'll be for you specifically, DGCO2.
And smashing it on the ground must have been really scary. In her Gabby Hanna video, Harnish talked about the drama like this.
Even in Gabby Hanna's initial success, there were many instances where she seemed to be a very...
Guys, are you noticing something here? I'm noticing something here that's kind of interesting. Are you noticing something that's kind of interesting here? What about her fucking setup here is leaving you... What does she mean by purple clouds? Purple clouds, dude. That's kind of interesting. There's clouds in the background.
Gabby Hanna's initial success, there were many instances where she seemed to be a very confrontational and aggressive person. There was the situation with Rice Gum, where, to summarize, Gabby Hanna was kind of wanting him to get some sort of response on a Snapchat video, kept provoking him, even though he said, no, I don't want to do this, no. And she wouldn't leave him alone and kept kind of instigating something with him, and he got really upset and broke her phone. Do I think that's right or an okay thing to do? Not at all. Physical aggression, no matter what, is inexcusable and not okay. But I do have to know that this is a pattern that continues to pop up with Gabby Hanna, where she will provoke people until they react.
I understand that Harnish was trying to establish a pattern.
I think she just walked up and said, hey, Rice Gum, we should make a video. It would be cool if we made a video. You want to do a collab? It'd be cool. Yeah, and the way that she's talking, I've never seen that clip before. It's like acting like this is almost like a predatory urge of her to go and harass people in public.
Wherein Hanna would provoke people.
Predatory is probably not the right word there because of the... Yeah, I don't think that was probably not the best terminology.
And then play the victim once they responded. I actually agree that this was a pattern of behavior for Hanna.
Is it?
However, I think that including the Rice Gum...
I don't remember what else she did, to be clear.
...situation in that pattern is very, very flawed. The other people Hanna provoked by, like, calling a YouTuber who'd reviewed her poetry book a bitch.
Okay, I don't remember what happened again, but every fiber of my being is saying that woman was a bitch. But I don't remember why. So I'm not gonna. It's not my place to say it. But my whole fucking body is screaming that she was. So I don't know.
Or claiming that she'd been.
I think that Gabby was right, but she might not be right. Okay, she might not be right. If gun to my head, I wouldn't say that she was. Gun to my head. Okay, but I have like this sixth sense right now that says that she was
treated really unfairly on this set, only for them to reveal that she had actually been an absolute nightmare to work with. She didn't just like go up to them at parties and laughingly challenge them to a rap battle, and they responded by making YouTube videos.
I forgot why too, so I can't even substantiate this. Dude, I fucking need to go watch my own streams. I literally just don't remember.
They didn't assault her. What the fuck is wrong with you? I think that Gabby Hanna has done more than enough bad stuff in her life that we don't need to start semi-justifying violence against women. Harnish's retelling of that drama is really weird because the popular now...
So what this is an overcommit. That's what this is. It's an overcommit. You see it constantly when you're talking about like easy targets and stuff. If you don't really have a solid grasp of what you're talking about. You'll get a case where people are all ganging up on a YouTuber and any new incident is as bad as everything that's come before it. It is the problem specifically with pedophile allegations. It is a rampant issue when you see allegations of sexual abuse, because what'll happen is you'll have an initial allegation that looks and appears to be kind of strong pending new information. And then a bunch of people will come out of the woodwork and make a bunch of bullshit claims that are absolutely like easy to debunk. And they start picking them off one by one by one by one by one. And after by like 5 allegations, it doesn't matter at this point if this guy's a horrible person or has done horrible things, because they've debunked 5 allegations against them. So they now get the benefit of the doubt by stupid people online. Overcommitting is a huge fucking problem in YouTube drama, one that I've actually participated in inadvertently. Not inadvertently, unintentionally.
Narrative around that story is that Hanna had lied, and often leaves out that Hanna did try to clarify on the same night that Lee hadn't actually hit her. Harnish doesn't even go with the she lied about him hitting her narrative, which is really weird, because that is such a popular one that's used against Hanna, and it honestly makes me a little bit suspicious about where exactly she's getting her information, but more on that later. In 2020, Gabby Hanna posted a video called Transforming into a TikTok e-girl, wherein she tried to imitate a fashion
She was objectively right in this situation.
Style that had gone viral on TikTok. While perusing a Vox article called E-Girls and E-Boys Explained, Hanna happened upon a picture of a girl named Bianca Devins and said this.
This outfit right here is straight up what I wore from 7th grade to college.
And now.
I do have...
Like Bianca's family weren't they? Okay, I don't want to say anything actually. I don't remember. Things are coming out of my mouth right now. But like I could okay, we'll just get there. I'm sure she has all the information.
That shirt.
Unfortunately, Hannah had only been scanning the article and failed to realize that Devins had been brutally murdered at the age of only 17. T-Channels jumped on this.
Oh my god, I remember this phone call. Me, Willie Mack Show, and Angelica Oles, and I think there was somebody else there too, trying to argue this privately, not on stream, fighting this out.
Insisted that the entire article had been about Devins and accused Hannah
and Repzilla, yes,
of exploiting a dead girl. Cue Devins' mother, Kim, who made a video saying that Hannah had done nothing wrong and that people needed to apologize to her.
So we are here because there has been so much controversy and drama over the Gabby Hanna video where she used Bianca's picture. We just want to say that we were not offended by it at all. We didn't see anything wrong with what she did. She Googled e-girl and pulled up a picture of Bianca. Yes, there was an article about what happened to her, but there wasn't anything...
Simple mistake.
It was a simple mistake. There was nothing disrespectful about it. We didn't feel disrespected. We don't feel Bianca would have been disrespected. We think Bianca would have been honored and so excited that Gabby Hanna pulled up her...
And they were just like, dude, nah, she did this on purpose. She fucking disrespect...
her picture and was talking about her. No one should be offended. No one should be... All these drama channels that are, you know, using Bianca for clout, it's absolutely ridiculous because that's all you're doing.
We are offended about, and you guys also should be.
Yeah.
Not about Gabby Hanna.
But unlike Angelica...
Yeah, Gabby...
Oh my god, this was a fucking heated confrontation, wasn't it? Hold on. I don't know what I'm clicking into here. I have no idea what I'm clicking into here. Is this it? Oh god. Dude, this is
someone he valued.
I don't even remember this.
Am I getting this wrong?
Dude, I think this conversation's over, so I'm gonna end this right here. The drama channels didn't give a fuck about the Bianca Devins family when they called out Gabby Hanna for views, attention, money, and all this stuff off a ridiculous allegation. Okay, the drama channels didn't give a fuck about Bianca Devins or her family when the mother made a video to apologize. In fact, they all made videos talking about, well, most of them made videos talking about how, like, Gabby apologized, and that's it. They left all that other shit out. The Bianca Devins family didn't give a the drama channel.
Jesus Christ, Nick, can you just fucking explain?
Didn't give a fuck about the Bianca Devins family when all that shit happened when Gabby made the video talking about people should give apologies and stuff. And by the way, the mother shouldn't have to request an apology for you to feel bad. I know that goes without saying. If the mother didn't accept apology, you probably should just feel bad for doing it, and you should probably just want to make an apology. But regardless, and then all of a sudden, ready to declare, it became a huge thing about like you don't respect the family. You don't leave this whole situation
dude.
alone.
Like, look, the family came out with their video talking about this stuff before my videos. You understand that? When the family...
Wait. Are you saying that the Bianca Devins family video that they made defending Gabby predates your video?
No, it was
No, he's saying it came after.
Okay. Yeah,
after.
okay. And then you made a video on that video, right?
But did you update?
Or at least the apology?
Yes.
Or did you, okay.
You made a video on the statement from the family?
That video, I said Gabby Hanna did a good thing, regardless of what anybody thinks.
Wait, is there a video on the update?
Where do we start screaming? I want to hear the screaming part.
Okay, someone look. She was like hiding a secret weapon.
You could argue that she's holding it and didn't really address.
Picked on me.
A whole lot of I'm the dead. Like we actually like scream at each other in this. I don't know if that's before or after.
I get that.
Tell you I did it wrong.
We need somebody like you.
Nick versus Repzilla suddenly got a pee again. Why the fuck did we have to get this off of Edwin? Edwin always had like the fucking stupidest Mario sound. Like thing. Done better than Repzilla. Repzilla didn't even act that you. I don't know. Yeah, that was like a heated conversation.
Wasn't using Bianca for class.
Defender of women? No, you don't understand. I defended the wrong women.
Oh, like all these
that's the problem.
Drama channels now want to turn it into something that it's not. She didn't do anything wrong. So we think what you guys should be offended by is number one, these people using this simple Google search and bring up.
Make it the debate on your channel. Yeah, back then Edwin gave me because that was streamed to him, so he gave me the ability to cut it and put it on mine.
Yeah,
we did that a couple of times. Like the flamenco video is a compilation of my clips, Edwin's clips, and Augie's clips. That's like before we really streamed a lot. I was kind of a traveling co-host salesman where I would just go show up and talk for 6 hours in somebody else's stream.
Is now other people want to bring about drama and use Bianca's death for clout.
The T channel said, "I pretend I do not see it," and continued to harass Hannah, with the viewer's voice even floating a conspiracy theory that Kim...
Having watched the video for the family, I'd say it seems a bit off. I've never seen a mother use the word clout or T channel so much. Gabby Hanna wants to write something for Jesse to read, so why not? Oh my god, dude. All these people are actually fucking evil. These were actually evil people. This was actually like an evil situation.
Devins wasn't Bianca's real mom. Classy. When she was having her public spectacle in June of 2021, Hannah made a video calling out the drama channels that had attacked her and demanded that they apologize.
But she did that while also talking about 50,000 other controversies, so it didn't really matter.
To the family. Kim Devins tweeted in support of Hannah, saying she did not want an apology, but that Hannah absolutely deserved one. Angelica Oles used this discrepancy as an excuse to DM Devins to ask what she wanted. Hannah freaked out. It kind of feels like a lot of these drama channels did to Hannah what, ironically enough, Hannah's been accused of doing to other people, where they just pushed and pushed and pushed her, and then the second Hannah didn't respond 100% perfectly, they all just went and played the victim.
Holy shit.
And some of you might be saying, well, that's what she gets, but I do not personally reside in ancient Mesopotamia, and as such, I do not live my life according to the code of Hammurabi. In her coverage,
Bro, who the fuck is this person? They have made content before. There's simply no way this is possible. This person has another channel, I imagine. This is not a first video. I simply do not believe this is a first video. Not even for, like, subject matter. Just, like, delivery. This is not a first video.
Harnish did not say what had happened to Bianca Devins or what Hannah had been criticized for. She also didn't include any of Kim Devins' statements.
And Gabby also had a few major scandals that a lot of T channels covered. One situation I really don't feel comfortable talking about because it has to do with a very young girl dying a very horrible death.
You don't want to talk about it? Why? Madison, why don't you want to talk about this one?
Which I personally feel like is just off limits to talk about on my channel personally. She was telling them you need...
Meanwhile, a couple years later, she's kind of
need to make this type of apology video. You need to do this and this and this. And it was like a really aggressive and forceful tone in the video. This also...
Yeah, why do you think she was aggressive and forceful about it?
Feels like harassment. The tone that...
Dude, wait. Gabby was harassing the people who were making conspiracy theories that they planted a fake mom for Bianca Devins. Hold on, I gotta listen to that one more time. I've never seen this video. I didn't know Cruel World Happy Mind at this point.
Aggressive and forceful tone in the video. This also feels like harassment. The tone that she takes, the forceful nature of what she says.
What the she's so forceful in her spoken word on her YouTube channel where she's demanding an apology for people lying.
And then additionally, on top of that, the way that she treated Angelica Oles, another YouTube channel, kind of T channel, drama channel on YouTube.
This is how Oles had previously talked about Hannah complimenting Devon's t-shirt, by the way.
Oh, it just blows my mind how unaware she is of how of a human being she is.
If that blows her mind, she should read about this Stalin guy.
So Angelica...
I'm sorry, that one caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting...
I just saw Keffel's tweet.
I wasn't expecting that.
On Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
Reminder: Angelica Oles once said she could never be anti-Semitic because she is from Poland.
Oles, instead of doing what Gabby Hanna was instructing her to do, reached out to the mom of...
You want to see something really funny? Do you want to see this is a Nicholas DeOrio alternative universe, okay? You want an alternative universe, Nicholas DeOrio?
Of the victim herself, and tried to gather more information from the mom, asking questions like, is this really what you want? What do you want? And I honestly completely understand why she did that. That's kind of a smart thing to do in this situation. And it's kind of responsible to go to the source directly, go to the victims directly, and...
Dude, you can just go look at her Twitter. It's like right there. You can actually just go read it.
Make sure...
It's so I love the uplifting music, too.
That they are 100% comfortable with a response or non-response or whatever it is. So then Gabby Hanna made a video on Angelica Oles because she found out that she contacted the mom and just made a ton of inflammatory statements towards Angelica. The whole video was just really cruel and over the top.
Here, look, this is actually it. There you go. Dude, in an alternate universe, this released. This is a video. This is an alternative universe Nicholas DeOrio main channel video.
up, in my opinion, and extremely aggressive.
Oh, it just blows my mind how unaware she is of how of a human being she is.
Context absolutely mattered in this situation. Hannah did not blow up at Oles for merely criticizing her. She blew up at her because Oles and her contemporaries had spread an extremely damaging narrative.
Yeah, they just didn't care. That's the thing.
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for
They
the
didn't give a
$5, my
flying
man.
fuck.
About Hannah. For what it's worth, I do not think that Harnish was necessarily trying to be malicious in omitting what had happened to Devons or what Hannah was being criticized for. I do think she was genuinely trying to be respectful. However, a consequence of this omission is that it allows the audience's imagination to run away with them as they wonder what on earth Gabby Hanna could have possibly done to this young girl. I also cannot think of a single non-malicious reason why Harnish would have left out the people.
Yeah, again, there's so much here that you could just use. It's like she read the Nick Schneider tweet and was like, oh, yeah, all right. I gotta be careful with this one. Don't want to put any of the Gabby narrative in it.
Bianca Devon's family had said...
I don't really... Is it malicious? Is it stupid? I think some people craft their videos to be the most appealing to their specific targeted demographic. Facts be damned. I do think that happens. Is it malice to hurt somebody? Not necessarily. Is it careless? Yeah. Does it have the same result as like a malicious attack? Yeah, probably.
That Hannah hadn't done anything wrong.
I think that she just makes lazy fucking videos to appeal to specific people that will like watch the video for extended periods of time.
Suggests that Harnish is either willing to lie in order to make the subjects of her video look worse, or is such a poor researcher that she genuinely...
Now, if people wrong her, I think she gets... Not even if people wrong her. If she perceives that she's been wronged, I think she gets a little malicious.
I didn't know that Devon's family had weighed in. Even though I don't want...
There was no intent I don't think there was intent to harm Gabby. I think it was just like...
To state intent, it does make me feel like the reason why Harnish left out what Hannah had been criticized for was because Harnish knew it was stupid and knew most people would think Hannah had been at least somewhat justified in blowing up at those drama channels. So, we now have two separate examples of creators claiming to care for victims only to ignore what the victims want in favor of waging a smear campaign. It really makes you wonder, do they care?
No, nobody cares about anything ever.
Or do they just want to look like they care?
They want to look like they care.
Remember when I said that Harnish's retelling of the rice gum situation had made me really suspicious about where exactly Harnish was getting her information? Well, so did her retelling of this situation. So I looked into it and I discovered that she has a Google Doc full of sources, citing such reputable and unbiased videos as Gabby Hanna lying and being manipulative for 8 minutes straight.
Gabby Hanna cringe compilation, April 2021. Now, there's one thing that I do want to mention about these sources. She needs to stop calling them sources. Because when we were looking through the Ethan Klein one, it was just her fucking B-roll. She's like, this is my research. And it's all the B-roll that she showed on screen. For the most part.
Gabby Hanna cringe compilation. Why I don't trust Gabby Hanna. And...
So, dude, I just got fucking so confused. Nick can rot in hell after the way he behaved after Here for the Tea died. I'm not familiar with that situation, but I thought you were talking about me, and I was like, what the fuck is... Wait, what did I do? What did I say? I don't remember that. And I just realized you're talking about Nick Schneider.
Gabby gaslight Hannah exposing herself for 4 minutes straight. Look, I'm not terribly fond of Hannah either, and I understand that at the time Harnish was making this video, finding coverage that wasn't openly hostile to Hannah was...
It was like me or Keemstar. There's like me, Keemstar, and Willie Mag Show. Those are your options.
It's kind of a tall order. But it definitely existed.
Dude, it's fucking me! It's fucking dude! And Augie.
Hannah was kind of a tall order, but it definitely...
Yes! Yes! Wait, that's the video I pulled up.
Existed. And yet none of it made it into the sources for this video.
No, okay, you can't do that.
In fact,
I'm evil. I am undeniably evil.
Sorted them, and at least 25 of the 40 sources were negative. That's almost 2/3 of sources for a video from someone praised for their compassion and objectivity. 8 of the videos cited were compilations or archived videos used for B-roll, and 2 of them I wasn't able to judge because they'd been taken down. As for straight up positive sources, Harnish cites 2 funniest moments
Guys, I've got some positive sources here. I found Gabby Hanna funny moments. I use this for my intro or in random B-roll throughout. I hope you enjoy her funny moment compilation.
Compilations and a BuzzFeed article.
Dude, she's so bad at making videos. This is so embarrassing.
In an hour and 42
source, BuzzFeed article and Family Guy funny moments.
2-minute long video essay about Gabby Hanna. Guess how many Gabby Hanna videos are actually cited? 4. And 2 of them are music videos.
Wait, does that even count?
4. And 2.
That doesn't even count. Wait, why would that count? Unless she uploaded it herself, that means it's on the verified channel, right? That's not on Gabby's YouTube channel. Unless she's like making her own lyric video like that. Monster official lyric meaning. Isn't that? Yeah, dude, that doesn't count.
Can you imagine?
That's not a Gabby Hanna video. It's verified. It's genius. This is Rap Genius. This is not even on her channel.
Imagine though if you like relationship. If I'm the monster.
They did that on purpose to her. Why is her voice louder in that one frame?
Both of us together, that just doesn't work. So what if I'm the monster?
Dude, somebody did that on purpose. I'm realizing there's a heist here.
That just doesn't work.
I'm not sweeping. Somebody did that to her.
So what if I'm the monster?
They raised that one specific... It wasn't that loud. Somebody edited that.
Both of us together, that just doesn't work.
She peaked the mic. It sounds like that was in post, and it's like, oh, it'd be funny if I made this just a little bit louder, but not so loud where it's obvious.
So what if I'm the monster that's been here all along?
Sounds like it's dubbed. That's even worse.
2 of them are music videos. I'm having a really difficult time conveying the utter lack of intellectual curiosity that went into making an hour and 42-minute long video about someone where you are genuinely uninterested in hearing.
It's not surprising to me because that is how short form commentary works. You just watch the guy who made the video before you and plagiarize them. That was what everyone did. All of those guys who were making these 10-minute videos would watch each other, repeat all of the same talking points, title the video similarly, farm all the money. That was the fucking strategy. But when the long form content started making that money, untalented people started regurgitating shit they read online.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5.
She's probably not passionate about anything she talks about. She probably doesn't give a fuck about the majority of the videos she's made on her channel. It's literally just like, hey, let me gather all the popular opinions and repeat them for an hour and 40 minutes to farm ad revenue.
Their side. And it perfectly explains why her coverage was so bad. It's because she didn't watch any of Hannah's videos.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5.
And this wasn't just like, oh, I can't watch every streamer's video because it would take forever. It's like, I can't watch 3 videos.
And try to paraphrase them. She watched recaps of Hannah's videos, which were made by people who didn't like Hannah, and then tried to recap those recap videos like a weird, fucked up game of telephone.
And Dollhouse, I'll fucking raise you one more. After she did that, she then wrote them down because she thought that was sufficient and passed it off as research so you and I could find out
what's the name
how
of the
dumb she
guy,
is.
Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
It's not even that she did that. It's that this is confidently still on her channel years later. That she thinks this is what research is.
Harnish has such a passive approach to content creation. She's not interested in challenging any prevailing narrative or challenging her audience or even challenging herself. It's one thing to think Gabby Hanna is the spawn of Satan as a viewer, but when you're publicly talking about her, you need to be objective.
Yes, this is what I talk about all the time. You, the viewer, you have no fucking, like nothing you say matters. Nothing you say matters. I don't mean that as an insult to you. I'm not trying to be a dick, but realistically, you have no repercussions for your actions. Nobody's coming to check you. You're not getting sued. You can sit here and call somebody a pedophile in chat, and if you manage not to get banned, you can come back tomorrow. And I probably don't even remember, okay? Like, realistically, that you could probably just get away with that, right? But me, I get held like to account for that, so I have to be careful. So when the chat's like, you need to call this person a fucking scammer, you need to say this is fraud, you need to say this person's a child rapist. It's like, hold on. Okay, this hasn't met my threshold yet of me thinking I'm not going to get sued for saying it. So unfortunately, I cannot abide by that.
The Society of Professional Journalists states that the 4 principles of ethical journalism dictate that when covering a story, one should seek truth and report it, with coverage being accurate and fair, minimize harm with a journalist respecting the humanity of their subject, act independently and act on behalf of the public, and be accountable and transparent with a journalist taking responsibility for one's work. Do we think Harnish acted with objectivity, empathy, public interest, or responsibility? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. But who cares? Most people have a very justified dislike of Gabby Hanna. If Harnish lied or misled people, then who cared enough about defending Hannah's honor to call Harnish out? Who would have even bothered to check Harnish's claims and realize that she was lying in the first place?
All the evil people.
So, a few days after Harry Brewis uploaded his video exposing James Somerton's plagiarism,
okay, interesting angle here. Let's see where we go.
Todd Nathanson, who publicly...
Okay, this is just, I'm not even going to do it. I think everyone knows what I'm thinking right now, and that's enough.
...did his video exposing James Somerton's plagiarism, Todd Nathanson, who publicly goes by Todd in the Shadows, uploaded a video wherein he debunked a bunch of misinformation that Somerton had propagated. The video is almost 2 hours long, go figure.
You had probably a very virtuous take on this.
The claims ranged from funny ones, like Disney licenses their images at funerals, to straight-up homophobic myths, like the Nazis were mostly gay.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Is that a myth? Is there a myth that all the Nazis were gay?
Their images at funerals to straight-up homophobic myths, like the Nazis were mostly gay. Even though
This sounds like something that fucking... Dude, evil Inisa Jomha, instead of saying that the Holocaust brought good medical advancements, evil Inisa Jomha would say that all the Nazis were gay.
Was more popular. This video is the one that really stuck out to me.
So, what is the conclusion here? I don't know. I think there's a lot of trust in the video essay sphere. Like, you hear all the time that for a lot of people, especially young people, YouTube and Twitter and TikTok are their main sources of information.
I think In Todd of Shadows has a good point here.
And I think this highlights how there's no quality control. If he was writing for an outlet with any credibility to protect and one of his claims made it to print before he was caught, he'd be fired immediately. Yes, I know mainstream outlets aren't great about accuracy either. I'm not trying to overstate how much they care about it. But in theory, at least, there are methods of accountability. There are editors, there are fact checkers, there are bosses who can fire you. And there's just nothing like that for a YouTuber. No one scrutinizes you for accuracy.
Well, he was proven wrong almost immediately because this guy's life was just... metaphorically ended. Okay, this guy's life was metaphorically ended after this.
They only scrutinize you if you say something offensive to them.
I'm not a journalist, and thank God. But when one makes a video essay, are they not doing so with the implicit promise of accuracy? Like, how would you...
Promise of accuracy? No.
DeOrio, commentator of the year, the best commentator of the year.
A good video essayist is coming in with the intention of being as accurately as humanly possible based off the available evidence seen. A promise kind of indicates that, you can't get something wrong. And I think that you can, it's how you handle it after that. I think the expectation of perfection is not what a lot of people... It's what they strive for, but it's not necessarily achievable.
I told you that story about Duncan Kastner and Sven Johnson was completely fabricated. Or that Sabrina Rios...
Part of that, I have to be honest with you. Part of the reason why I don't really want to invest my time into making video essays is that I don't necessarily like how every single thing that I've ever said is aged. Not everything, but there's parts of every video, not even every video, parts of many videos that I'm like, I don't really like how this aged. And it's not like, some of this stuff I could have gotten wrong. Some of this stuff I think aged tremendously poorly. Not because of anything that I did. As one of those moments that really comes to mind. And I don't really want to get invested in a passion project that I'm going to look back on in 3 years and think that I wasted my time. That's something that's definitely weighed on my mind when I've considered making long form videos. I am proud of my Mama Max video from a year ago, not even a year, it's almost 2 years ago now. It probably is 2 years ago now. And it's the best video performing on the channel. And I'm kind of happy that I like that one. But there are videos that I really like too that have moments that are I think this one right here is a good example. Let's look up James. Yeah, this is a great one. So I loved this segment when I put it in here. Oh, well maybe I should open the transcript. Let's see what the transcripts say. I loved this video when I made it. Yep. Is it this one? Okay, this is it.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now be reaching the climax of this sibling rivalry. On May 18th, 2019, James Charles released the video titled No More Lies. Bear with me here. James stood up for himself against all odds, overcame adversity, and debunked a slanderous video made on him from fellow YouTuber, proud vitamin salesman, and human trash bag Tati Westbrook. This was, by all means, a perfect video, with a perfect title, the perfect length, and the perfect thumbnail, which was precisely why, just 7 days later, Deji completely stole it and attempted to pulverize his brother's credibility into the dirt out of seemingly nowhere.
Okay, now, I think this is correct. This is objectively correct. He won. Deji stole his video. But James Charles got caught in the DMs of like fucking 15 minors like a year after this. So, I mean, yeah, not exactly the exact thing that happened there, and it doesn't make that video like the point where like you're trying to turn the waiter straight good, but like yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, that was not a so that kind of sucks.
Nick just started insulting me viciously.
Are you gonna edit it? No, because I'm still right. The video was good. The video did solve its... The issue was the guy who made it sucks. So realistically, the argument still stands. And no, I'm not going to edit it. The only thing I edited out of old videos was like slurs. And I edited those when I was getting flagged. Otherwise, I would have left them in.
Actually hadn't.
Like there was one part where I didn't use Bunty King saying the N-word the entire video. And in the outro, the whole outro is Bunty screaming the N-word, singing Thomas the Tank Engine. Like I didn't mention it the whole time, and then it cuts to the end card and it's Bunty just screaming the N-word. And I unfortunately did have to lose that.
Wade in to defend Sven Johnson, or that Gus Johnson and Sabrina Rios had never even dated, and feel pretty
so yeah, again, back up to this. Yeah, again, like that's been something that's bothered me, because I know if I make it, like, it's not going to age perfectly. And we're at a point where like there are videos that come out where like a minor point is incorrect, and because so many people do streaming content like me, it gets reacted to immediately and it starts a war. Like you have to delete the entire video. And if I spent an entire month making a video and I fuck something up like that and had to take it down, I would just fucking be so mad. I would lose it. I would be so fucking pissed. So that's another reason why I haven't wanted to engage in any of those passion projects. I think the landscape's different than it was.
Like, how would you...
And maybe I play a part in that.
...feel if I told you that that story about Duncan Kastner and Sven Johnson was completely fabricated? Or that Sabrina Rios actually hadn't weighed in to defend Sven Johnson? Or that Gus Johnson and Sabrina Rios had never even dated? It'd feel pretty shitty, wouldn't it? Look, I understand that YouTube drama isn't exactly Watergate, but if this is your job, then you need to take it seriously. People's reputations are on the line. Imagine if Stephen A. Smith were reporting on the last football game and he went, "Oh, the Patriots beat the Jets 14-7. And then people said, "Hey, Stephen, that's actually not true. The Jets beat the Patriots 35-21. And then he said, "Who cares? It's just football."
Yeah, I mean, again, but the issue there isn't getting it wrong. I mean, that would be really stupid if that happened. But the issue is the who cares, it's just football. And that's where you have a fucking huge problem. Because if he said, "Oh, no, I'm sorry, I was reading the wrong day. My apologies. That was a mistake, honest mistake," nobody would care. Like, they would clown on him, but nobody would think that he's malicious. If he turned around and said, "Who cares, it's only football," which a lot of YouTubers do like that. They do exactly that. That's where they run the problem.
I know it's just football, but ESPN is paying you millions of dollars to report on it accurately. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. If you make a video with inaccurate or misleading information and that ends up becoming your most popular video, then you won't learn how to do proper research, and one day you'll end up lying about the wrong person. I think that Gabby Hanna has done enough bad stuff in her life that we don't need to start removing context.
This is so based. This is so fucking based. Yes. This person has given you hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of things to discuss. You are not so starving that you have to make it up. Please stop. Again, this doesn't matter necessarily. It does matter. It does matter. especially with like, because I've defended Gabby in the past, so obviously I think it matters. It matters so much when somebody like fucking rapes somebody, dude. Holy fuck. When there's an actual stakes are involved here, other than just feelings and like emotions. When people could go to fucking jail, or like somebody who's been like fucking sexually assaulted. Please, for the love of fucking God, don't shoot from the hip on something you don't understand. It happens so often.
In order to make her look worse. But more importantly, I will once again argue that your right to not be lied about is inalienable. This is going to be a really big theme in this video. Do you think that someone needs to be personally likable to you before you'll defend them from blatant lies or harassment? Because I don't.
It's not really about being likable as much as it's like, it's marketing. You can market it. Like, Ethan Klein's video by Cruel World Happy Mind doesn't exist because Cruel World Happy Mind is extremely passionate about Hassan Piker or Palestine or Casey Tron and Frogan or fair use or copyright lawsuits. That video spawned in because Ethan Klein was driving a lot of viewership and she thought it was a slam dunk. That was why it existed. It's a, hey, I can get in, make a bunch of fucking money on a really long video that'll pay me a couple, probably like, I don't know, like $10,000 or something if it hits 1 million views, and I can go. And that's not what happened. She got attacked by Snark, and then she made 9 videos defending herself. She thoroughly embarrassed herself on multiple live streams, and what was supposed to be a little short Rick and Morty adventure turned into something much bigger. But the intention, in my opinion, based off everything I see, and a pattern of other content creators who have dove in on this who do not know what they're talking about. The people who make lazy fucking shit videos dove in headfirst, not realizing that this was a fucking highly scrutinized topic at this point. And you can't just come in and do the generic thing where you just slander somebody for hours.
Case in point, if any of you ever send any death threats to Duncan Castner, I will show up to your place of residence in the middle of the night, unhinge my jaw like a snake, and swallow you whole.
That's like it. The fuck was... Yo!
Of the night, unhinge my jaw like a snake, and swallow you whole.
Was that like a vintage iMovie transition? What the fuck?
So... Ethan Klein is a big topic right now. Look, you guys saw the first 40 minutes of this video. We all know why I'm here. Ethan and Hila Klein are a married couple who have been creating...
We watched 40 minutes of this video. I didn't like skip around because every topic was interesting to me, but I do not want to watch the entire thing on stream. I would prefer not to fucking just basically re-upload my reaction to this entire video. So I will pick and choose where we go from here. Unfortunately, there's a whole lot of quorum and I can't really differentiate. I hate Nick is not green. We're not watching part 10. All right, let's start.
Content on YouTube since 2013.
The video is very good so far.
Best known for the H3 podcast. Both of them are Jewish, with Hila being from Israel, while Ethan is from California but later became a dual Israeli.
Okay, sorry. I thought this was a jar video.
Israeli-American citizen. They are both very pro-Palestine.
The cabinet is run by genocide.
It's so funny that I just heard the word Jewish and I was expecting someone on the sound, like on Ethan's soundboard, to play like a sound effect where it's like Anissa saying something about Jews.
Maniacs. They're led by Netanyahu, who should resign in disgrace and go to prison for being a war criminal. And they're hellbent on genocide, frankly, overtly. It's fucking barbaric. It's unacceptable. It's disgusting. I've seen videos, I saw videos of Palestinian dads holding his dead, like, 5-year-old daughter. As a father, it's even hard to talk about. This dude was holding his infant.
And they're like, he didn't cry right. I remember this.
He was like a year old. And he was like patting her on the back and saying like his final goodbye. I mean, he's holding her like she's alive, like he's just burping her or something.
All right, I'm going to zoom in. I get it. I'm zooming past this. Actually, before we get anywhere, I want to interject one more time. Personal story here. So how many of you guys have had politics come up at like the Christmas dinner or like the Thanksgiving dinner? or like a family party of any kind. How many of you guys have had to sit there through the politics conversations? So there was a person who attended this event. And then the topic of Israel-Palestine came up, and people were very opinionated discussing it. And you guys know largely where I've stood on a lot of the issues that we talk about here, right? Like I think you guys kind of have like an understanding of where I stand on this by now, because of the amount of time that I've had to discuss it. Not a particularly educated take. I get probably most of my news from watching Hassan Piker. So of course I probably don't really know what I'm talking about. But I said something very similar to what Ethan said, where I made a criticism of Netanyahu. And my hand to God, was not coming off as overtly anything. And I said the comment, I go, yeah, I think Netanyahu is like a fucking piece of shit. And he's like, I don't know, did I even say war crimes? This was not like a nuclear take that I was giving, but I was very critical of Netanyahu. And somebody stopped me and said, Nick, do you think it's okay that those civilians were raped on October 7th? And it had already gotten kind of heated at this point, and this was the climax. And I was just so fucking mad that somebody said that to me. And you guys have heard how I talked about this. That's like if one of these guys were watching this and said that I was like a radical Palestine supporter in support of the next question was, do you support Hamas? And you guys have heard me talk, and that's crazy that someone would say that to me. And I just turned around and I was so fucking mad in that moment. I'm like, yeah, that's what you want to hear? Yeah, okay, yeah, 100%. I support all of that shit, every last bit of it. And and they didn't know what to do. They had no idea how to respond to that. I was like, yeah, it's exactly what I fucking believe. Yeah, 100%.
Uncomfortable with the way certain people were celebrating October 7th. This led to Klein cutting professional ties with then collaborator Hassan Piker, the leftist Nick Fuentes, and my arch nemesis, and to Klein calling out Piker's blatant platforming of terrorism and other irresponsible content in a video entitled Content Nuke, Hassan Piker. Since the end of Leftovers, the podcast Klein and Piker hosted together, there's been a horrible harassment campaign from the H3 Snark subreddit, a group full of former fans of the podcast who still watch the podcast for some reason.
All the time, and no, they're not Hassan's fans, or at least they weren't, because they were active before this. Now they're probably a lot of Hassan fans. But this is some Trisha. This is Trisha shit. People fought me on this early because they didn't know the lore. No, this is this is not commentary. That's too early. This is not Hassan. That's too late. Even though there is a lot of Hassan now, at least when it started. It is frenemies.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for
it
the
is
$5,
frenemies.
my man.
Aided and abetted by a basement dweller named George Gonitis, who goes by Bad Empanada online.
No, stop it. You're doxing him. No.
Down on George Gonitis is that he once tried to sue someone for defamation, only for their lawyer to write back with an exhaustive list of every single awful thing he's ever said online, ultimately concluding that it is impossible to defame someone with such a horrible reputation. Woof. This campaign has resulted in racialized abuse towards Arab members of the H3 crew.
Yep. You can go look at anything from there. You can look at some Mike from PA comments there. House Arab was one of the early ones.
Face being called on an employee who's an immigrant, Child Protective Services being falsely called on the Kleins, and 2 human skulls being sent to their workplace. Gonitis helped spread the lie that led to the CPS call, claimed to have made the CPS call himself, and is now selling CPS merch.
Are we the baddies?
A lot of people do not like the Kleins, and
he's selling the CPS merch to the Snark subreddit, by the way. That's the people who are buying it, to be clear.
Especially do not like Ethan. They find his humor tasteless, or they think that jokes that he made 12 years ago can never be atoned for, and they are allowed to feel that way. However, I will once again argue that you should not have to personally like...
No, I don't think it's okay to feel that way. I think when Ethan Klein was considered an ally, and they looked past all those jokes and they called people crazy for pointing them out and said that people change, I don't think that you can then change your position back to everything he ever said is indefensible. Why? Because he no longer agrees with me politically. I think these are bad people, and I don't think their positions are justified. Now, is that everyone? No. Is that probably a bulk of the Snark people? Yes, that's probably a bulk of the Snark people. Because they were Fallen fans that came from the Trisha era, and they definitely fucking knew what he was saying during non-pedo troll related commentary content. People looked past Ethan's bad behavior in the past because he was an ally in the moment, and they're doing that right now for iDubbbz. When he steps out of line, they will massacre him with the N-word compilation.
Someone in order to acknowledge that weaponizing child protective services, thus putting further strain on a very overworked and underpaid government office and taking those resources away from a child who really needs them, is unacceptable. End of statement.
True.
So I'm about to get a little mean. I know. Hear me out. There is something uniquely insidious to me about a person who is openly callous towards others, but who cannot take the heat when it's directed at them. I was generous enough to write off the bad parts of Harnish's Gabby Hanna video as being due to...
I had another subject tonight, and I told you that I was only doing 2 subjects and an intro, and it's almost 12 o'clock. How long have I been watching this? I thought I was going to watch like 40 minutes of this video, and we are already... Okay, we're at 50 minutes now, but already that took... How long did this take? Oh my god. We've been at this for over 2 hours. We've been like 2 hours... We're 2 hours and 30 minutes into this. That's insane.
Genuine ignorance or laziness or stupidity. But I was unable to do that.
This is the only subject that I probably, this is the 2-parter, I guess, on the channel.
Here. If Harnish wants to play with...
It is very good. This is like a... I didn't expect this video from a brand new YouTuber to be very good. The thumbnail could use some work, I guess. That's the best I could do here, I think. This is crazy. Zero social media, has a YouTube channel with like a very long no profile picture, and drops like this is a normal YouTube video. This is something that I could find on a channel that's been posting for a while.
Big dogs, then she does not get to complain when they bite her face off.
This is not her first video. That is absolutely not the case.
This is someone who has made a career off of demanding accountability from others. If she cannot live up to her own standards, then that is not my problem. However, in the interest of optics, my crack team of editors did have to edit out about 2 pages worth of petty insults, so...
Can I have those 2 pages? I will proudly plagiarize them.
Keep that in mind. In October of 2025, Harnish posted The Fall of H3, How Ethan Klein Destroyed His Career, in which she makes some very interesting claims. You have probably heard that Madison's video is dog shit. That is correct.
Based!
I'm not interested in litigating every single thing she got wrong. Several commentators have already reacted to it.
I didn't react. I watched a little bit of it. This is one of them.
Picked it apart pretty thoroughly, including the Kleins themselves, who had Harnish on their podcast while I was...
It's funny because even Ethan didn't really push against all the video, because he then came back later and found even crazier shit that he hadn't seen yet.
Writing the script. If you would like a more detailed...
My biggest regret for Cruel World Happy Mind is not just sitting there and watching the entire video on stream, and then cutting it into 3 pieces and posting every single piece of my reaction. That was my biggest regret of it. Because I think that there's probably so much shit there that I wish I talked about that I didn't have the opportunity to do so. My issue, I like, there's literally enough to sit there and just talk about that video for fucking hours at a time.
Breakdown of what exactly Madison's video got wrong, I have linked Radabrat's video in the description. Throughout the course of her video and subsequent apology, Madison supplied us with these piping hot takes. Number 1, accusing Hila Klein of calling toddlers terrorists because she said, "I mean," in response to an unrelated statement.
Hila, on the other hand, has made comments deemed even more insensitive, like calling toddlers terrorists.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
And the Palestinians are taught to kill us at 2 years old!
This take is so crazy because this is one of her issues, and then she repeats that Ethan was programmed from birth by Israel, and she doesn't realize how you can't put this argument in the video and then say that out loud.
That's pretty spicy.
And then she removed that part and left the part in that means the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Do we have that one?
Like, when I say deemed, so she's made comments that were deemed. So that's not me saying that she's saying that. It's others have deemed.
By the way, Cruel World Happy Mind, I have never ever seen her dress like that casually in anything else. Does she do that? Does she dress casually for these just for this conversation? Usually she's like all presented on everything I've seen.
It even more insensitive, like calling toddlers terrorists. So
I'm wondering if like that, maybe I'm like psychotic and I'm just nitpicking now, which might actually be accurate. But I'm wondering if that was just like hey, no, this is a casual conversation. Look at me, I'm dressed casually, I'm just chilling here, hanging out. This is not a high production value conversation.
I'm not saying that I myself am saying that she's called toddlers terrorists. I'm saying others have deemed so.
Just to confirm, she did not say babies are terrorists. Like, do you agree with that, right?
Yes. Yeah. Again.
No, it was deemed that she said that by people, and I never said that. That's so funny.
Again,
Are you wearing a Pope outfit in real life? No, dude, I'm not wearing it.
I mean, it seems...
I'm wearing a fucking, my Richtofen cosplay.
Within the context of the clip, that she's agreeing with Rudy Giuliani's statements. I'm very glad that you guys have both said you do not agree with those statements.
Again, the words you use in agreement with her is that she said babies are terrorists, not that she's agreeing with what Rudy... No, you said...
I'm sorry, it's so fucking This is actually the only time I'm gonna go completely off the... It is so fucking funny that people would go on the Call of Duty Zombies subreddit and post their Richtofen cosplay with a full swastika armband. That is one of my favorite memes. People are like, hey man, I like the blood vials. This is like not okay. Why are you doing this? Why have you put this online forever? And people would be like, yeah, dude, I'm dressed up like Richthofen. He's like, dude, Richtofen's just a Nazi. He's just a Nazi with blood vials on his leg. Why are you posting this online? They had to ask people to stop cosplaying him because he was like on the subreddit, because they were just posting pictures of themselves dressed up as Nazi soldiers.
Someone else said it. I acknowledge that.
But it's lore accurate, yeah.
Harnish claims that she was not saying that Ela Klein had called toddlers terrorists and that she was merely reporting on what others have said. And I need to put on my grammar police hat and show you all why that's not true. So, deemed even more insensitive is a relative clause which modifies the word comments, right? She's saying objectively that Ela Klein made comments and those comments were deemed insensitive. Okay. So if you take out the on the other hand and the relative clause of deemed even more insensitive, you get Ela made comments like calling toddlers terrorists. So she was saying that Ela Klein had called.
Again, dude, if you go into all those details, all right, that means that you're a stalker and you're internal. I could see there's a lot of internalized misogyny showing here. She was making a lot of good points now, but now that she's starting to ask questions about Madison's takes here, I'm noticing there's a lot of, she's emanating internalized misogyny.
Toddlers terrorist. Number 2, accusing the Kleins of fraud when the person who originally made that accusation has since retracted it. Number 3, implying Ethan Klein was on drugs because he...
Dude, I'm just gonna... Hold on, time out. Can I just show you guys something? Sorry. This is the kind of thing that kept getting posted on the subreddit. And they were like, please stop posting pictures of yourself dressed up like a Nazi. I understand that this is supposed to be your favorite video game, Call of Duty. But you're just a Nazi here, and no one would know what you are other than the fact that you are a fucking Nazi here. And this is just you being a Nazi. Stop! Like, why are you posting this? Sorry.
Had his leg on.
I get that wasn't the intention, but the result is you're dressed up like a fucking Nazi.
3, implying
why isn't he a zombie? No, Richthofen isn't a zombie. Well, at least most of the time, he's a Nazi soldier. The characters in Nazi zombies are an American soldier, a Russian soldier, a Japanese soldier, and a German soldier who are forced to work together to fight zombies. So they're cosplaying as the German soldier, who unfortunately is a Nazi. And that just kept happening. And it was really funny because it would pop up. They're like, hey man, thanks for posting the cosplay. Can you delete it now?
When the person who originally made that accusation has since retracted it. Number 3, implying Ethan Klein was on drugs because he... had his leg on a table?
Yeah, dude, you can see it because it looks like he's cut. So that means he's injecting heroin awkwardly into his legs.
Only to backtrack and pretend that it had actually been a critique of his professionalism?
What are you, what is it you're showing, though? You're zooming in on something.
I actually don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. My editor did this. I got my editor is just he's just doing shit, man.
It looks like a tattoo.
And then didn't she like say that she edited this later?
I think I've seen.
People. So why did you zoom in on that?
I
plead the fifth. Your Honor, I plead the fifth. It's like, Madison, we're not even in court yet.
I'm not gonna. I work with a team of people, but I'm not going to
be accountable and transparent.
Talk about their choices, and you know what I mean. I'm not gonna like.
Well, I mean, not really, because I mean, it is your project. Ultimately, if it's representing you, I would I would certainly not want my other collaborators having.
I'm feeling there's going to be a banger clip that's going to play in a second. I can smell it.
Opinions in there that I didn't approve of, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So, do you have an opinion about why there's
harsher, bizarre?
Why you're zooming in on my leg here? I'll just play. It's really short.
Has lost all of his marbles. The mullet rolls are gone, people. Hard hitting, man.
So there's a very deliberate effort to zoom in there, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess my main question is...
I thought it was kind of weird and quirky.
Why was your leg up when you were...
Oh, ha, hee, hee, ha, ha. No, notice the video paints it as this sinister thing, and she's, like, awkward laughing. Like, it's like, oh my god, this is so quirk-chungus of you, Ethan. Why are you so quirk-chungus in this moment?
That happens all the time. I mean, I do that literally every episode.
What a weird fucking defense mechanism.
Okay.
So my leg being up is implying something?
I mean, is it the most professional? I don't know.
Is that?
Yeah, you're very unprofessional, Ethan. I guess that must be it, right? Because obviously I wouldn't.
Why you included it? But it seems, if I can make an assumption, the insinuation here clearly seems to be that I'm on drugs of some kind. I think they're trying to imply that I'm on meth or something like that. And the edit.
I don't know if that would be the.
I don't know. She can't even say it's not. I don't even know if that would be it.
Proper insinuation, because to be honest, my team members.
No, I'm sorry. I've already deemed it. My bad. No, I've deemed that to be the case.
Members know that I have a family member who's a meth addict, who's very close to me. So.
I forgot. Oh no, it's starting. I forgot about I have a family member who's a meth addict. I only remember the other one that she constantly went to the well with. Anytime you push her back, it's like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. Wait, I'm sorry, but my family.
Well, then what is it? I just genuinely don't.
I'm sorry. I'm like demonic about this. Trauma dumping sends me into maximum overdrive. If you ever want to paint me as being like an unfeeling, cruel piece of shit, you should come in here in the middle of an argument and tell me a huge sob story about your family. I will literally I will go completely evil, and you will have the perfect clip of me acting like a monster. It drives me up a fucking wall when you're arguing about something and someone immediately lobs dying family members into the drama.
I don't know what it means. I'm getting more and more erratic. People in Snark and in that world calling me, saying that I'm on drugs, which is, again, a really fucked up thing, and excuse my language, to say about a dad of 3.
That's like a fucking Achilles heel of mine.
Someone who has Tourette's, to insinuate that I'm ever on drugs or that I'm
bizarre
somehow acting
extreme.
Hassan Piker has
you say I'm acting more extreme, and then you show a close-up
of
me
gone, people.
And it almost looks like someone's trying to say that it's like a scar, like a scratch wound, and I'm just manically kind of grabbing my leg like I'm on
Ethan is just scratching his fucking legs. He's bleeding on stream.
On some kind of drug. Like, that seems to be the obvious.
He's tripping on acid right now, and he's eating his legs.
This insinuation to me.
Number 4, acting like the CPS call could have been made in earnest.
Do you remember that clip about that one streamer who yelled at his chatter for trauma dumping in chat? I remember it because you mentioned it, and I don't remember anything else, but I do remember it.
When there's no evidence for that.
You know, as far as who sent...
Nick's weakness is dead relatives. No.
CPS over to Ethan Klein. I think a lot of that is conjecture. Sorry.
It's conjunction.
I don't think it's appropriate.
It's my favorite type of fucking
appropriate for me to outright state any claim in my video, and that's why I tried to avoid that, you know.
And for everyone who's like, oh, come on, it's a speaking mistake, Nick. You do it all the time, and you edit your VODs and you post them. It's like, I'm not the one who's making like a fucking panic apology, bad empanada, gun to my head video here, who literally didn't have to post this. The problem that I have with this video is that it should never have existed. That's the main issue. She literally did not have to do this.
To state that Ethan himself sent CPS over through his own statements versus other streamers sent CPS over through their own statements. I don't think that's appropriate for me to outright state.
You can literally edit it out in like 2 seconds. If you're talking about me, that implies that I watch these segments back.
In a video, that's my personal.
I watch some of them back, but I don't watch all of them back.
Opinion on that.
Know her.
I have seen, you know, through instances like Ruby Frankie, when people are escalating their behavior and it's getting more and more serious, you are just more likely to gather a group of people who are becoming more concerned for your family, for your children, and for yourself and your own mental state. I'm not.
I will cherish this when I'm in a nursing home, reminiscing on the golden days of bullying Ethan Klein on the internet. Can I just say that, like, when we're talking about, oh, Nick used to hate Ethan Klein and hate Ethan Klein's audience, I'm sure there's a lot of cringe that I would have absolutely hated before and probably still think is cringe now. Like, when I see posts about, like, you know, here's an example of a post that I would post on my Twitter when I didn't like Ethan's audience. The post that was like, and I called it out actually on stream, where it was like, guys, listen, even though iDubbbz is a bad person, like an objectively bad person, it's not okay that he's being abused. iDubbbz, you need to get some help, man. Okay? Because your situation, it's happened to tons of people and you've just got to get out. And it's like, this is a deranged, and that's the mean way to say it. This is a fucking deranged parasocial post here. And you are way outside of the realm that you should be engaging. Like, you're trying to have a heart-to-heart on an H3H3 Discord, hoping that iDubbbz sees it to tell him about the abuse that you witnessed through recorded stream content. I can't even begin to tell you how weird that is. That's the type of thing I would post. You know what else is something that I would post to my Twitter timeline and make fun of? This stuff. This is the stuff that I would also post. And this person was probably a huge fan of Ethan when I was fighting with him. I think that Ethan has excommunicated a significant portion of his audience that I absolutely fucking hate. I think a lot of the people that I'm still fighting are probably the same people I was fighting before. They've just changed sides.
Trying to say that in a demeaning way towards Ethan Klein, but it is just the reality of the situation. When you share your life online to millions of people, people are going to look at a pattern of behavior over time, and I think it's just a natural state of being for many people, especially if you're just naturally a concerned person. That's my...
It's like, because you'll see the snark post. It's like, well, Nick DeOrio used to be critical of Ethan Klein, and now he says positive things about him. And it's like, you used to fucking sweep for him when I made all these arguments about the slurs and pandering and all this stuff. You said I was crazy. You called me unhinged and a fucking incel and a fucking anti-Semite. You called me those things. So, I don't know.
Stance on it, you know, whether someone who called CPS came from Ethan himself and his own statements, someone who knew Ethan personally, or from other streamers and their own statements, is I think, really hard to track.
Now, I mean, I guess she's right, guys. That is really hard to track. From the County of Los Angeles Department of Children and Family Services. Dear Ela and Ethan Klein, the investigation of the referral above alleging general neglect against Ethan and Ela Klein has concluded. Effective as of date, your investigative referral has been closed by this department. The investigation of child abuse and/or neglect resulted in, and then there's a little check next to, allegations were deemed unfounded with no case opening.
I don't think I've actually ever seen this paper before. It's probably the first time I've seen anybody pull it up.
Number 5, acting like it's equally plausible that the skulls could have been sent by Ethan Klein.
And this is also the video I imagine she's going to talk about it, where like an apology is issued to fucking Bad Empanada.
As far as the skull thing, I think that there is 2 possibilities. Either someone...
Guys, I think there's 2 possibilities. Either it was sent to him maliciously, or... Actually, I can't... I was going to think of something stupid to say, but I literally can't think of another solution to this. Is she going to argue that Ethan sent them to himself? What is the other possibility here?
Sent Ethan Klein human skulls, and I don't think that's cool. I think that's going too far.
That's so cool of you. Yo, Madison, you're a fucking G for that. That's like good for you.
Sent Ethan Klein human skulls, and I don't think that's cool. I think that's...
Guys, sending fucking severed human skulls, that's not cool, man. That's not a cool thing. That's actually certified uncool.
Going too far. Or Ethan Klein himself sent himself...
Okay, I forgot she said that.
...human skulls. That is certainly a possibility. And that is certainly him not being in a great mental state. And
I mean, I could definitely go to... like play some roulette and win 72 consecutive times. Is it likely to happen? No, but I mean, I guess it's certainly a possibility.
Taking things way too far online. Either way, again, I don't think...
They'd probably break my legs if I did.
I think it's appropriate for me to gather evidence and essentially present a case unless I think it's a really, really solid case. And I did not feel that there was a really solid case there. It was a lot of statements. It was a lot of that were made online. And I just didn't feel like, besides the actual, there were skulls sent, I didn't feel like there was enough there to make a solid...
Thank you, No Name.
No, I am not. Why would so many people be Googling that?
Sending you a tip just to say I hate this dumb. See you next Tuesday.
What's next Tuesday?
Statement or opinion myself. I think that...
It is Tuesday. No, it's Tuesday in 11 minutes.
Anyone who is going to intensely push one thing or another as far as the human skulls, ultimately, I'm scared that also kind of detracts from the overall message.
I mean, she's right. There's just no evidence that Ethan didn't send himself this. Good morning.
Yeah, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. This email must be fake. This is a fake, fabricated email.
I mean, she's right. There's just no evidence that Ethan didn't send himself this. Good morning. Thank you for reaching out. We can...
No, we don't know this is real. Who's the, wait, no, this could be fabricated. They made it up.
Confirm the information below. The order in question...
Wait, hold on. If this...
Good morning.
Question, all right? If this is a real email, why is Bad Empanada's lawyer being tagged in this?
Can I say something to you?
Yeah, never mind.
I really like you.
I just realized that maybe you guys wouldn't get that. Never mind.
Morning.
Okay.
Thank you for reaching out. We can confirm the information below. The order in question was dated March 10th.
Checkmate libtard, yeah.
2025. The order listed...
Keep in mind, when she made that video, when Kwam made that video, she thought that was Bad Empanada's lawyer, because she says so in the video. She is convinced that Bad Empanada's lawyer is Ethan's lawyer. So she could not have possibly considered this piece of paper, because that would have destroyed her entire worldview if she had seen it.
Klein and H3.
Dude, why is Ethan Klein working with Bad Empanada to fabricate skulls being sent to him? What's happening?
H3 Productions is the customer with shipping to Los Angeles, California. The order also listed the email address H3.
Does Nick think we don't have object permanence? I don't even know what that means.
H3 at hotmail.com. obviously a fake email address. On April 1st, 2025, Ethan's team contacted us after receiving the shipment, expressing concern and questioning how this could have occurred. Based on the information provided by Ethan's team, we understood that neither Ethan Klein nor TED Entertainment Incorporated had placed this order. The order appears to have been placed with a VPN. The order was...
But wait, what if Ethan used a VPN? Guys, it's been deemed that Ethan would do this.
Placed under a business purchase order, which would normally have been sent to accounting for review and approval. However, because the next day shipping option was selected, an automation rule allowed the order to bypass normal payment and verification safeguards. No payment was processed.
How the fuck? Do you understand all the things that had to happen for this to actually work? They had to know that the only place that would sell human skulls and deliver them to Ethan's house, because I thought there was like only a few places that are even licensed to do that. They had a payment malfunction, like a repeatable payment glitch that you could do to send skulls to somebody's house. This had to come from inside the house. Is it possible? I mean, I don't know. It's not like we'll ever find out, but I feel like somebody has to know this. This is not an exploit that happened by accident. It sounds like they intentionally did this.
Information issue has since been corrected.
They patched the skull glitch.
We coordinated directly with representatives of...
Yeah, this is a fucking exploit.
TED Entertainment Incorporated to arrange...
No payment because it was a rush order. Bro, if I go to Best Buy and try to buy a Nintendo Switch and pick next day shipping, they still charge my fucking phone. You know? Like my credit card. Like my Apple Pay gets charged. This is an interesting exploit that seemingly only exists on this site. I've never heard of any way where you could select a faster shipping speed and they just won't even charge you or process your payment.
For the return of the skulls, and they were successfully returned to our facility. Please let me know if you need anything further. Josh V. Moret, Managing Director, Skulls Unlimited. It took me 10 minutes to find those. Granted, it was a little tricky, but it was worth it to, you know, not spread blatant misinformation. And, of course, we can't forget my personal favorite, number 6. Implying that the Kleins are pedophiles because their clothing...
Yeah, sorry, this is where we're ending off, I think. Because it's fucking... we're over an hour here. I don't want to rip any... I don't want to play the whole fucking video. I want you to watch the rest on her channel.
Teddy bear on it and sometimes features pastels and clouds?
Clouds, yes! Yes, clouds, yes.
While in the past, I would certainly commend Hila for having a very creative style. Often some of the
Come on, man, this is a 10 out of 10 video. That's why you should watch it there.
Outfit ensembles that Hila chooses feels very childlike. With also Teddy Fresh having a little teddy bear as a logo. I don't know. Maybe it's interesting. Hila dresses kind of childlike.
That's my music, isn't it, Squidward?
With a little teddy bear for her fashion brand. I find all of that interesting.
Most importantly, in reference to a lie that she uncritically platformed, which...
I'll have you know, I stole that music from Destiny. It's my music.
Girl with a microphone debunked 6 months ago, Harnish said this.
That personally causes me to lose all sympathy for the two of them whatsoever.
She gave the game away. She wasn't trying to be fair. She was trying to make a hit piece. There's been
Yes. And this is why I was fighting with Doomer Media. He would try to make a good video and he would call it a hit piece. And it's so funny because like I've never seen that happen before. It's usually people who like Cruel World Happy Mind who are like, I'm trying to make an impartial video, but it's actually like 100% a hit piece. Like that's the entire reason it's here.
Discourse as to whether Harnish is stupid or malicious. And the answer, as indicated above, is both. She's both. Like I said, I'm not interested in
Never mind. The Doomer Media thing in the chat just killed me.
Litigating every single lie, bad take, or hypocrisy in her video simply because there are way too many to count. Okay, fine. Twist my arm. We can do one more.
My own point is, Ethan and his fans focus on their enemies and their deep want to prove...
Dude, Nick's videos are invalidated because the intro music has come from DGG. You're giving Hassan another... Dude, that guy... Isn't that guy the guy who literally uses Destiny's fucking intro music? Dude, I'm sorry. Like, dude, that video is attached to like the take that you're seeing is a clip from a video that uses Destiny's Community's intro music.
Prove their enemies wrong. And the question is that mentally healthy? Or is it causing Ethan to be mentally unwell, to have such a deep focus on the downfall of his enemies?
Have you ever made, like, Cruel World Happy Mind? Have you ever taken a stroll down your own content and just taken a look at, like, what's in there? What have you made? What are your videos like? What's your tone? What are your subjects? When people ask you around the holidays what you do on YouTube and you say, I make videos, what do you actually tell them when they ask a follow-up question? See, Denims, this is how you use silence effectively. This is crazy. This is funnier than any of Denims' bits she's ever done, where she does like the silent thing. Oh my god. Thank you, Beckett, for the raid.
So, Harness...
Alright, go watch the response on the actual video. Dollhouse, everybody. Holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck. Alrighty, wow, I was not expecting this to get as many views as it did. I deeply appreciate everyone who took the time to watch and leave a nice comment. I was very nervous about the reception of this video. It means a lot that everyone's being so kind. If you put a VOD, try to remember to link your description. Yeah, I've been doing that a lot. I've been doing that like for the last kind of... It's not every time I do it, but any video that I think wouldn't be perceived as me brigading. It's a kind of a double-edged sword with shouting people out. If I like a video, I want to shout it out. If I don't like a video, you still probably should shout it out. But if I was mean in the video, they might think that that's brigading. Like, I don't put jar in there. And sometimes I just forget. But, like, I've been doing that for, like, the last year. I've been trying to put them in. I'm pretty specific in what I link. Yeah. That's what happens when you make good content. It's interesting, because you gotta, like... I like how they kind of did the Reddit thing now, where you can expand and contrast. At this point, the entire internet just feels like one big game of telephone that fell off the deep end. Yeah, but think about it like this. Some people lie in that game just to fuck people over. Seeing old Eddie Burback was quite the whiplash. What I think is worth noting about coming up with a justification for why bullying victims deserve it is that this is also how bullying works. Bullies construct a narrative that what they do is for the victim's own good, or the victim is a bad person who deserves it, that the victim could make it stop if they really wanted to, so they must somehow be okay with it. Justifying bullying by calling the victim a bad person is just normal bullying. We need to beat bullying with bullying. Xbox profile pic. Debuting with a movie-length video essay. You're unsure that it'll ever get more than 100 views is a power move. That I'm Alex clip was a jump scare on the headphones, not for me. Not for... Real gangsters knew what that clip was. They were prepared for it, right? I don't know why, but you calling him Connor is making me laugh so much. Crazy is the only video on the channel. I thought it was a re-upload of somebody else's video. Oh, never mind. Don't cry, apologize. I don't feel bad for you. Wait, what?
Not once. No, don't cry, apologize. I don't feel bad for you. So I am not personally in the business of accusing others of fake
base. You almost had me there. I deleted a whole comment about how I actually really think that James Somerton video is an overproduced vlog, and the Todd in the Shadows video is arguably much more important to understanding the harm done by Somerton, but I'm willing to just let that be without explanation, so I can question how this woman has never heard the word empanada. I've never seen a... Oh, dude, please, I didn't see this part yet.
Email just about anybody and threaten to ruin their life, or to dox them, or to expose them for something that they didn't do, or to sue them. And he's like a yappy chihuahua, right? He's all bark and no bite. So he emails her because she had included a clip of him spreading the lie that had led to the CPS call. So he emails Harnish and says, hey, I'm going to sue you for defamation. Here's a list of my lawyers. You should Google them.
And she didn't Google them.
Harnish liked to do research as much as she claims. She would have realized very, very quickly that Ganitis's lawyers are actually Ethan Klein's lawyers, and that
this is so funny, dude. It is actually her biggest blunder in the entire situation. All the debate stuff, all the predictions being right. This is the funniest thing that happened.
He was just very clearly trolling her. But Little Miss, I like to do research, couldn't even do a simple Google search. So she just had a whole section of her video where she reads out his email and then apologizes to him. Also, Gonitis has been such a consistent villain in this.
You have to know what his name is. There's no way.
Entire saga that the fact that she didn't know who he was.
That tells me you have no idea what you're talking about. There's no way. This is a 3-hour. This is not a 10-minute video. This video is 3 hours long. You claim you wrote it. How? How did you do that?
It's really embarrassing. Also, let it sink in that George Gonitis, the man who cannot be defamed, got more of an apology than the Kleins did. She also got a lot of flack for saying this.
Building these, Israeli values.
Okay, yeah, but that's the other stuff because she got in a fight with the Snark people. Her cruel world. Okay, everything in the chat I can't read. She watched Sasan and you never heard him say bad up. I don't know. I don't think that she gives a flying fuck about anything, to be honest. I think that she just makes content and lifts talking points from other people. It's the only way I could possibly justify this behavior. It's literally it. My brain can't compute any other solution to this problem. I wouldn't even know where to start. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Bonnie Blue has been pushed back into the ether because there's no way. I did not expect to like this video as much as I did. That was not part of the plan. I mean, I wasn't going to hate the video, but I thought it was going to be like, just like a new up-and-coming commentary video. I was not prepared to watch a lot of it. I was expecting like 30-40 minutes maximum. 10 out of 10 video from a no-profile pic channel. Yeah, this is like a fucking absolute shot in the dark here. Like...